Well, I just had a cat nap. Lauren is scared, and Matthews is sick. That's how we're rolling into this one here.
Yeah.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
everybody. We are back for another live watch along here on THPN. It's myself, Kyle, along with Lauren, and we'll also possibly be joined by Ace from Two Pad Stack a little bit later on. I should send the invite soon now that I realize that. But for now, it's myself and Lauren as we got 3 streams tonight for you guys, but we are covering this one here as it is game 5 between Toronto and Boston here. And a lot of news came out today. And man, I personally, I had different opinions about this game back on Saturday. I'm sure, like everybody else, that it's kind of changed a little bit. I'm sure your opinions probably changed a little bit too, Lauren. But first of all, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. And so you told me you were scared
Yeah, of
right
course.
before we jumped on. I'd love for you to elaborate because I would be feeling great right now as a Bruins fan, considering no Austin Matthews tonight. Joseph Woll gets the start. The D line is going to be changed up apparently. What are your thoughts going into game 5?
I'm just gonna say, look at the date and then think about what happened a year ago. Yeah, not great.
That's fine.
I normally feel fine. I feel like okay, this is gonna be a game. They have time, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not worried. I'm not shaking. It's good. Everything's great. I
The
don't know. I'm
only
worried about the goalie
reason
change
why,
for sure because I do hate
yeah, the only
goalie.
reason why I would maybe be a little hesitant, I guess, is because Canucks Predators game 4 happened on the weekend, and everyone's like, oh well, just because they're third stringers, and then all of a sudden Predators are going to win. That's not the case. We kind of saw what happened, and going into this game tonight, betting favorites and everybody else in Boston and outside, as a Bruins fan, would assume that you have to win this game tonight. Does it feel like it's more of a must-win game now, especially that you're getting a new goaltender in. There is no Austin Matthews, and I believe Mark Giordano might be in the lineup for Toronto. A lot of changes with this team. Do you feel like this has to be a must-win to get this done and over with?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know that they could come out in the next game if they, God forbid, they lose tonight. Um, Sorry, my email's going crazy right now because I just opened my laptop. But yeah, I do think this is definitely a necessary win. They need any kind of mojo that they can to go into the second round versus the Panthers. Um, Especially, like I said, the date. So I'm worried about the possibility of Wall being actually good tonight and us just not knowing how to solve them because we've been playing Samsonov for, a few games now. But I went to the game where they put up like 6 on Wall, so
So it's fine. Well, the problem is you're
goalies
not
weird.
there tonight. So maybe that's a little bit of an issue. You should probably be there and not here.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I kind of mentioned it beforehand where you don't have, if you're on the Leafs side of things, I already mentioned that there's going to be no Austin Matthews tonight. I'm sure a lot of people kind of realize that going into this. Wool is now going to be starting in net. I'm sure it's a little scary in Leafland here. I originally, and let us know also your predictions below for tonight's game. I think if you asked me Saturday, I probably would have took the Leafs. I'm a little hesitant now, but it would not surprise me if they found a way to win tonight. I don't know why. It's just sometimes it's some of those playoff games where anything can happen. You only need one game, to be honest, to find your way back in. And maybe Matthews finds a way to play game 6. I don't know. I think we'll find out more once weeks come along and that. And I'm not trying to scare you even more, but hey, like it does honestly feel like a must win tonight. You need to end this series if you're Boston. You cannot allow this to go back to game 6. So I'm going to quickly say my prediction and then I'll get your thoughts. I still think Boston finds a way to end this. It might be a little closer than you might expect. I'll say with an empty netter, I'll go 4-2 because the Leafs can't put up more than 2 goals in a playoff game. So what are your thoughts?
I'm going to say 4-3 Bruins. Hoping.
Hoping and crossing your fingers. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see what we got in the chat here. Dylan's coming in saying bye-bye to the Leafs. Well, I mean, Lauren, you can take that if you want, but take that as you will. Goza coming in saying Maple Leafs have been losers since 1967. Bruins get a 4-3 win tonight as well. Also, Dylan says hi, so there you go. Andrew with a massive blowout as well. He's got a 6-1 loss for the Leafs. So was it 6-1 or 5-1 in game one? What was that? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I was in finals mode. I was in finals mode. I don't know anything from that week.
Well, did we do good? Did we pass? Are we good?
Oh yeah. We're moving on. We're moving on to the next semester.
Oh, we're good. We survived another semester.
Yeah, I go back this summer semester in 2 weeks. So
yeah. So this is like your little holiday break, basically.
Yeah, like really great. I'm working. I'm not taking a break, but whatever.
And you can also spend it stressing tonight too.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh wait, that's it's fine. Maybe maybe their season ends before in 2 weeks, and then you'll be fine for the summer. Okay, I'll be quiet. Daniel checking in as well. Usually we have a guy named Jared who comes in as well. He might be at the game tonight. If you kind of see at the like he's right behind the Boston bench. I have no idea what he looks like, but that's what he said last time we did a Bruins stream in Boston and we were trying to look for him. To no avail though. So maybe he's not there tonight. What do we got? Two Pad Stack also checking in. Yeah, so Ace from Two Pad Stack might be coming in. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We got all night. Also, too, for everyone watching, we have 2 more streams going on. So we got one going on in about 20 minutes between the Islanders and the Hurricanes, and then there's also one later at 9:30 between the Jets and the Avalanche. And because I already brought this up, why don't we welcome in our third guest? As ladies and gentlemen, it is Ace from Two Pad Stack.
How's it going, guys?
What's going on? I love the memorabilia.
Oh yeah, I have a little bit of a man cave thing going on over here.
What do we got there? So I see like the Bergeron back there and the Joe Thornton. What else do you got there?
Oh, so I've got Jerry Cheevers.
Sorry, Lauren. I just want to tour.
We got Jerry Cheevers there signed.
That's cool.
So that's when I met Patrice. I met him.
Okay.
Me and my wife did. Super nice guy. Cam Neely signed. Charlie McAvoy. Over there is my prized possession. Bobby Orr.
Oh my God.
Raymond Bork. The Bobby Orr one is written out to me because I have a Bobby Orr tattoo and his son saw it. What else?
Wow.
We got here? Yeah, it's a little.
That's awesome. That's sick. Well, I asked Lauren already. She's a little nervous going into this one here.
Wise.
Fair enough. Are you feeling nervous? What are you kind of feeling going into this one?
I am cautiously optimistic on behalf of the Boston Bruins.
Okay.
I think it's a little different. I actually flew down for game 3 and 4 in Florida last year. So had a good time coming back home to Boston with a 3-1 series lead, and things didn't go so well. So, we all have to be kind of cognizant of the past here with this Boston Bruins team. Obviously, it's a different team from last year, but you know what they say, when you've been emotionally abused in the past, you're kind of conditioned to expect that to replicate itself. So
I imagine so.
He gets it.
Yeah, fair enough. I feel like a lot of fans are kind of feeling that way too. As we are, I don't know about you guys. I'm probably ahead. If I don't know about syncing up at all, but we are underway actually on our end here. It doesn't look like, maybe you guys know better than I do about any particular changes to the lineup on Boston's side of things.
So it sounded like Kevin Shattenkirk was drawing out. I haven't heard any confirmation of that, but Matt Grzelcyk was going in.
Okay.
And that was the only major change for the Boston Bruins. Only change in general, I believe.
Okay.
So Grzelcyk
is Beecher out as well?
I believe so.
Okay. Is and I'm imagining Peak is still out, correct?
Yeah, he's still out day to day.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. Going back to the comments here real quick. Zanel's saying, let me ask you, do you think the Bruins for Lauren, and I'll throw it to Ace as well, but do you think the Bruins end their season tonight or not? So, Lauren, I don't think we got your prediction. And Ace, I'm more than happy to hear your prediction as well, too.
Go ahead, Lauren.
Oh, I hope so. Like, please, I don't need any more of this. Yeah, I think when I said my prediction, I think it was like 4-3 or something. So I don't know, like cautiously optimistic, just like you said.
Duh, 4-3. I forgot about that. Ace, what do you think? What's your what's your prediction tonight?
I think the Leafs are really on the mat right now. They're overthinking everything. They don't have their greatest scorer. Matthews is out tonight. The time is now. The Boston Bruins need to take a lesson from what happened last year, and when they have the opportunity to step on the throat of an opponent, they got to do it. And I think that Brad Marchand and the leadership team learned a lot from last year. So I do think that they'll close it out tonight. But desperation is a fickle thing. So we'll see what Toronto does.
I think so too. You got to find a way to finish it tonight. Like, you can't. I think it just speaks to volumes that the fact that you don't have this massive superstar in the lineup. There's a goalie change all of a sudden. Like, you're right. Like, you can't let these opportunities slip. And I think it speaks to the importance that you need to win these games. I believe Lauren has another question here from Danelle. Sorry if I'm like kind of blocking Ace there. I'll move it soon. But I guess Danelle wants to know, if the Bruins beat Toronto tonight and play Florida in round 2, do you think they can get some payback from last year? We don't want to speak too soon because this series ain't over yet. What are your thoughts on, maybe to kind of switch the question a little bit to you guys, what are your thoughts of Florida being in the second round here? Does it scare you more? Or would you be confident, if that's the case, that they do meet up in the second round?
I think that Florida is a scarier team this year. But I also think the Bruins played really badly in the last stretch of games last season, or in the playoffs last season. So I don't really know, because I like to say anything can happen with any player at any time. Like, when a player gets traded and someone like Peak, who, isn't even drawing up into a lineup at that point, he's all of a sudden in our lineup. So, like, I like to say anything can happen at any time. I don't believe in matchups, to be honest. I really don't. Besides actual stats, but
right,
anything can happen. It's a game of chance.
I took that anything can happen to heart in my early playoff predictions, and I had the Capitals winning the series over the Rangers. I was that guy, and it didn't go well.
It would have been funny, though.
It would have been so funny. That's why I did it. And just to let goes, no, Grant is going to be doing Islanders Hurricanes. That game will be starting in about 15 minutes on our other live stream tonight. And then 9:30 tonight, we'll also be doing Avalanche and Jets on that one. Duke checking in tonight as well, predicting a huge Leafs loss tonight. Series is going to end in 5. I want it to end in 7 games. Listen, as being a man who's just north of Toronto and seeing everybody suffer, I really want that too, so badly. As an outsider, because I don't know if you would know, or I don't even know if I've told Lauren, but I'm a Flames fan. So take that as you will. But as an outsider, I would love nothing more than this, to go to 7 games. I would die for that.
I would prefer it not to go 7 games, believe it or not.
So would my
I can see why. Danelle asking Ace here again. Sorry for kind of blocking your face. I will say, glad that you are wearing an Adidas Bruins home jersey, not a Fanatics jersey version. And also, let me ask you, do you like the Bruins Centennial jerseys, and do you have any of them or not?
Yeah, actually, I do. I have a Matthew Poitras away jersey Centennial. And nice. I also have a Linus Ullmark home Centennial sweater. And then I actually won TD Fans Giving, that the Bruins had a little contest going on, and I won a team signed home sweater that's going to be framed and put in my man cave eventually. So
that's awesome.
I do really like the sweaters. I'm glad that they're going to be kind of a one and done, because I don't really care for the Centennial gold shimmeriness that they have to them. If they could keep the existing like template that they have and just go back to the classic black and gold that the old home had, I would love that. But who knows? I've heard that with Fanatics taking over the uniform responsibility for the National Hockey League, they've kind of cautioned all NHL franchises to, not make any kind of sweeping changes to their uniform kit. So I expect them to go back to this next year, as much as that'll pain me.
It'll be interesting to see what Fanatics does. I'm so curious to see what they do. Lauren, what do you think of the Centennial Gold jerseys? I don't mind them. I think they're okay.
I like them. I actually, on the other hand, I want more sparkle. I want my goal by the end of next season is to bedazzle a Bruins jersey, and that's not really my thing. I'm not really a big sparkles person, but I saw someone do it for the Oilers, and it was so sick that I saved the video. When I get time, I'm doing it.
I got to interrupt because we got an early goal here. I don't know if I'm ahead of you guys or not, but it's Jake McCabe as the Leafs making a 1-0 lead here. I don't know if it was tipped in or Swayman just didn't see it in front of the net. McCabe just they won the face-off, came back from the point. No tip in front, just completely screened by Bertuzzi. And all of a sudden, the Leafs lead 1-0 in Game 5. Oh,
how are you going to interrupt me with that?
I'm sorry. Well, it was just oh my God, they scored. But yeah, I know, I agree. You need more bedazzle in the NHL. Okay, I got it. Oh my God. So not great. Early thoughts on the goal. If you guys saw it already, it's okay. It's early. It's okay.
Yeah. It happens. They're not going to fold up they're not going to fold up like a lawn chair. I don't think it'll be interesting to see how they respond to that.
Maybe we should clip that and see. Oh man,
it's fine tally on this board right now, so I can see how many times I say it tonight.
I got you. What's that? What are we at? Fine? No, we're at fine. We're at 10.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll start a little tally for us here. And let us know in the chat too. If how many times Lauren says fine, it's fine. We'll start the number at 10. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Hannah coming in saying, please discuss the fabulous fourth line shift featuring Jesper Boqvist. Do you guys want to take the lead on that? I don't really know much about the fourth line.
Fourth line looks a little different tonight than what it did before.
Is it what is it? Maroon and Boqvist and
Brazeau subbing in for Johnny Beecher, yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I really like the skill set that Jesper Boqvist has. He has something that's different from anyone else that fits in on that fourth line for the Boston Bruins. He's got that high-end skill set. He unfortunately just found himself on, as the odd man out over there in New Jersey with a really good infusion of young skill. He's only 24, 25 years old. So for him coming in there as a European skilled player with good legs, he's a great fit for the Boston Bruins. And then pairing his ability to drive a line with somebody with proven pedigree of being a dynamic player in the postseason with Pat Maroon, and somebody with big body ability to, gap up and open up space for himself with Justin Brazeau. It's a dynamic fourth line if they can get it going, but time will tell for tonight. It's a game by game thing with Jim Montgomery at this point.
We'll see how
for
this
for a guy who doesn't know Brazeau, is he not good at faceoffs, Lauren, or what's some of his strengths and weaknesses here?
He's a winger.
He's a big guy. He's yeah.
I think everybody in the NHL is a big guy. Not gonna lie, but continue.
He's a big body.
Okay.
I think him and Maroon are probably pretty close, but
I mean, he's 6'5", so if that tells you anything.
Yeah. He plays a good net front presence too. And he was out for a while.
So he's
not an enforcer.
Okay. Well, clearly, nobody's really been an enforcer. Nobody's really fought in this series. I'm still waiting for Reeves and Maroon to go off.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, Braz kind of the way that he kind of falls into things is that he's I don't know, a good comparable. Maybe Tomas Holmstrom back in the day, where he would kind of post up in front of the net and just be a crease clearing guy and putting the trash away. Brazeau is not necessarily like Lauren said, not an enforcer, but it's really hard to knock him out of position in front of the net, and he's got surprisingly good hands. He's found himself in the twilight of the Bruins' regular season career, carving out a role in that second power play unit. But unfortunately, that injury happened towards the end of the year, and the Bruins had to kind of look at alternative options until he was back.
Also, too, like, he's 6'5", and we're not counting that on skates. So really, he's like close to 6'7", give or take. That's a big dude. That's a tall man.
It's like a
Wow.
foot taller than me.
That's
kind of insane.
so he can take. So he can take you, basically.
No. Not a chance.
Oh my gosh. Duke's saying he's really nervous, though. This lead is very fragile from what I can tell. I mean, I would be more nervous on Boston's side of things compared to the Leafs side of things right now. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Come on, so you guys can say it. Say it. It's okay. It's fine.
It's fine. It is.
That should just be you guys just on Twitter tonight. Just, it's fine. Just like if there's a goal that's scored, yeah, there you go. Just whatever. It's all good. Listen, I'm just here for the laughs tonight. I'm a complete outsider for this. And I can't wait to see more pain and misery from both sides.
Don't like to see the Leafs up 6-0 on faceoff so far.
Also winning in the shot department too, up 4-1. Also being a Flames fan, little plug here. I watched the game that we came to Boston back in, I think it was January, February, or it was like right after the All-Star break. And we came in and kicked your ass. And that's all I have. That's the only thing I got going.
How do you feel about Vancouver? Just wondering.
Don't ask. We're not getting. If Connor comes in tonight, I'm not talking about it. So
Vancouver is so lucky to be up 3-1 in their series. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, so Ace, for you to know, they did a stream. Lauren, Jimmy, and Jake, I believe, did a stream Sunday night, and that was when the Game 4 shenanigans happened. And of course, Elias Lindholm had to score the overtime. But they're frauds. I don't trust them. I don't. They're not. Look, like, the stupid thing is that, like, if they win this series, it's like great. But everybody's screaming at the fact that, they won the trade. And it's like and you guys might know this better than I do from recent history of trades, but like, when you get a franchise player and you give away like 4 or 5 assets, that tells you that you're going for the Stanley Cup. You're not going to win a round. So for everybody to like go crazy about the fact that, we won a OT game with Elias Lindholm scoring the goal, like, and that all of a sudden makes everything better. Like, that doesn't tell me much. I was very angry.
Just make sure you don't throw anything tonight, please.
My pillows will not be abused tonight.
Oh, you would throw out things, huh?
No, I wasn't throwing. I just kind of punched a pillow, but other than that, nothing was broken. I've never done that before. So I'm not a genuinely angry person, just because I've accepted the fact that my Flames are not good for the next couple of years. So, we're cooling down here. You should have seen me when it was Flames Stars and they went 7 games. That was nerve-wracking times.
I'm glad there was no camera involved in the 2019 final.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? You guys are still kind of, I don't know, you guys kind of still reeling from the 2019 final a little bit?
They should have won that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to bring that up.
Thanks.
Are you sure you're neutral?
Got it. Totally. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not a Leaf fan. I'm far from it. So anytime.
He's just a hater.
Yeah. Anytime that, and I don't, okay, let me preface. I don't hate the team. I just hate their fans. Specifically, my family members, because whenever the Flames play the Leafs and they lost to both times this year, I got about 5 different phone calls, 20 text messages, like the whole 9 yards. So
they're the most obnoxious regular season fan base, and then it's woe is me as soon as the postseason starts.
I couldn't agree more. We are halfway through here, getting to the first commercial break here from what I've seen so far, and it's Jake McCabe who makes it 1-0 early on in Game 5 in this one.
Elite sniper, Jake McCabe.
let me pose a question here. If Swayman has an off night and the Leafs for some reason win, I don't know, 4-1 or something, right?
Linus Ullmark.
You think?
Yes.
Interesting.
I would have played him tonight.
Really?
Mhm.
Interesting. Well, it seems like that Swayman wants the net, though. Does he not?
We all do.
Yeah.
I don't. Personally.
Well, we do.
All
We
right.
do.
Well, me and Ace do.
Well, okay. From what I've seen on Slack, at least, your profile picture is literally you as a goalie. So take that as you will.
Well, two Pat Stack, we're both goalies on the Bruins pod.
Well, there you go,
so-
too. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys are goalies.
you want a good collaboration and camaraderie with your backup goalie, but in reality, it's a job, and you don't want to be sitting on the bench.
Totally.
So Jeremy Swayman may have the best relationship in the world, and I do think he does with Linus Ullmark. I mean, he's going over to Linus's house for Christmas, dressing up as Santa Claus to entertain Linus's kids. Like, they are the best tandem in the league, bar none. I may only be a little bit biased, but Jeremy Swayman was the number one guy in Maine, and he's been the number one guy everywhere he's ever played. And that's not going to stop now that he's reached the NHL. He wants every game. But the difference is that, you know, if Jeremy Swayman suddenly is not the number one guy, he's not going to sulk in the locker room and cry about it. You know, Linus Ullmark, they just interviewed him yesterday, asking him about, you know, how are you feeling now that Jeremy Swayman's getting all these consecutive starts? He's like, I'm happy for him. He's my brother, you know, like, good for him. But I'm going to be ready when it's my turn to play. So I like it. I think that,
sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just going to quickly say, like, if that's the case, like, if this series is over tonight, or, you know, I mean, you guys already kind of answered that he might start game 6 in your guys' eyes. Do you see him showing up at all against Florida, game 1, game 2, if the series doesn't start off well, like they go back to him maybe? Like, what do you guys think?
Go ahead, Lauren. I'll let you start.
I would say so because he has better stats against the Panthers.
Hmm.
Linus does or Swayman?
Ullmark, Linus.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think that they go back to the rotation, game 1 and game 2, and then they let a goaltender prove who wants to run with it. But I don't want to talk. I'm not talking about this anymore until.
Okay, all right. We're not done. Yeah, I know the series isn't even over yet. We're already talking about it. How many times do we?
We're
do
down
that, too?
1-0.
Exactly. I hope you all feel nervous.
I'm not.
This is gonna be fun.
This is fine. I heard it.
That's different than it's fine.
What?
Yeah, it's different because we put it's fine. See, wait, hold on. I got evidence here.
It's
See,
fine.
we put it's fine. See? Proof. I have proof.
Okay, fine.
Also, too, it's 7:30, which means Grant will be kicking off the Islanders and Hurricanes game right about now. You guys think it's over tonight in that one? Game 6?
I do. I think the Islanders have captured some black magic to even make it as far as they did with Patrick Waugh taking over behind the bench. And I think the Carolina Hurricanes are just too well-rounded, too deep of a team for this Islanders team to match up with. I mean, it took them almost an act of God, a deflection off a skate in double overtime just to extend this series. So I do think you'll see handshakes in PNC Arena tonight.
I agree. Lauren, what do you think?
Yeah, it's probably over. I don't want it to be, though, because I would love the Islanders to come out because I think it would be funny.
It would.
Canes hater. But, yeah.
I feel
think
like
it would
you're
be
also...
great.
I was going to say, I feel like you're also a Rangers and a Panthers hater at some point, too, if all things go well.
Honestly, I feel like I'm just a hater. It's kind of the way that it goes.
Well, it fits the Boston mentality a little bit, I guess.
Thank you.
Careful.
I don't know, just saying. Duke saying that one's over in Carolina. I wanted a Carolina-Edmonton final if we lose in the next few hours. We will find out very soon if that's the case, Duke. As you guys know, Duke is a Leaf fan here. So shots are still 5-1 here. Leafs are really controlling the face-off draw here early on, over halfway through the first period here. And it's, again, Jake McCabe who found the net early on, and the Leafs lead 1-0 in this one. What do you need to see so far? Like, I know we haven't kind of talked much about the game here. If you guys have kind of seen what's been happening, like, is it just that they're not getting set? They're just, I'm just kind of seeing it here. They're losing the turnover battle a little bit. They're not really winning the puck battles along the boards. Like, what do you need to see differently here after giving up the one goal?
They need to stop throwing the puck away and just blatantly, playing hot potato with it. It's been a problem all season, and they're still doing it tonight, and it's very fixable. That's like peewee stuff. And then obviously getting any type of offensive momentum, regardless of how good the shot is.
Right. Ace, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, this game probably should be 0-0 right now. That was really not that great of a shot. And sometimes just putting a shot on goal goes in, and it worked for McCabe at that situation. So I'm not particularly worried about it. The Bruins haven't really done a whole lot, but the opportunities that the Leafs have had in this game, it's not like there's been any really high danger opportunities. So the Bruins have done a good job keeping them to the outside and letting their goaltenders make the save that they should have. This one probably is one of those that shouldn't have gone in, but I think that they just need to kind of settle into the game and realize, hey, this is the game where you have to close it out, and it's going to be harder than those first 4 games. So we'll see how they adjust.
I feel like it'll take, I don't know why, but you're right. Like, and Lauren just kind of touched on it too. Like, they're just doing silly little peewee things that you normally see from those kids, and it's like you're not normally seeing that from a Bruins team that's up 3-1 in this series. Like, just kind of like having trouble getting out of their own end, like going off the rush here, trying to find.
I counter with you do actually see these things with the Bruins. It's up 3-1.
Okay, fair enough.
Saw it last year.
I don't. I don't see it because maybe I don't watch it often enough. But
once again,
enough.
like the Leafs are up 7-1 in shots. I'm not particularly worried about it because I haven't seen a lot of high danger opportunities for the Leafs. They're just in the mentality, everything on net, and it worked for them once. I definitely think that the Bruins need to start looking at dumping it in deep and moving their feet to force the turnovers with the forecheck. We haven't seen that yet. And if they're going to win this game and eliminate the Leafs tonight, they're going to have to get that part of their game going.
Totally. And it's going to be another chance here as puck goes in. Frederick, he scores. Trent Frederick finds a way behind wall. I'm not as good as Neil when he does this stuff, but the Bruins have tied it at 1. I don't know if I'm ahead of you guys, and I apologize.
You are very much ahead of me. So
you're very ahead.
Why don't I
will give my live reaction as soon as I see it.
You scared me a little bit.
Good.
I was waiting to hear the name that you said. I was like, what name? What name? Who scored?
Like, speak louder. Say it again.
I will. Trent Frederick scores for all you illiterate people.
I love that, man.
The guy's got 3 first names: Trent, Fred, and Eric.
I thought it was.
Oh, let's go! Way to go! Oh, that's that forecheck I was just asking for. There it is.
And here, I'll scare you guys even more.
Oh, I knew you were gonna. Yeah.
Oh.
Lauren, you got to sing along to that.
I never do. Superstition.
Oh, okay. Superstition. They found a way behind Joseph Woll, and it's now
good
a
old
tie game.
Pat Maroon. Pat Maroon makes that play happen right there with his forecheck.
Is that the fourth line?
Not even sure.
Fourth line.
Yes.
Well, it's a mix. It was in the middle of a line change.
Oh, geez. I will. Okay, there. So to make things better, so you guys aren't mad at me, I moved to my Apple TV, and now I'm behind you guys probably. So there you go. Geez, are you happy now? Are we satisfied?
5:55 right now.
Oh yeah,
5:40.
Ooh, okay. Lauren's ahead of us because I'm basically on point with Ace.
All right, that's fine.
Beautiful, gorgeous. Duke must not be crazy happy about that one, as we are now tied in Game 5 here early on.
Joseph Woll with the 500 save percentage.
Love it. Singing along to goal songs doesn't work for me. Well, it's different if you're at the game. Or you're superstitious like Lauren.
Yeah.
What a goal by Frederick. Is that his first of the postseason?
No, he got the one that like was right after the Bertuzzi Marchand scuffle that tied up game 3 or game 4.
He has
I don't remember.
an empty netter as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
right.
top off real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's all good.
Right at the goal cam.
Leading goal scorer too as well. Good for him. What were your thoughts on the goal, Miss Superstitious Lauren?
You don't even know.
I kind of want to
It's
know
pretty
now.
cool. Oh, I can tell you about it if you want to know. I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, we got time. We're a commercial.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm looking at an article right now of when I was in high school.
Oh no.
I got called by the Boston Globe and the Boston Herald, and they asked me, "How do you get ready for games?" And I was like, "Do you really want to know?" And they're like, "Yeah." So it was a 10-minute conversation about everything that I do before games. It was like my dad would make me an egg and cheese on a bagel. The bagel was from the same place every week. I'd take the same route to school, listen to the same music, listen to the same one song before I got out of the locker room. Once I bought a water from a vending machine and I played a really good game, so I spent a lot of money on that vending machine. I don't know. There's more, but I was a little bit insane in high school. In college, I kind of stopped. I was like, you need to seek help.
I get that. Like you're
Yeah.
young, you're in high school or elementary or whatever, right? And you're like, I get it. Like even as a goaltender, it makes more sense, right? So I can vouch for the songs because I would always listen to like one song as well too. It was like the what was it? What was the Eminem soundtrack? His like Not Afraid album. I was all over that. I was one of those kids in like 2008.
Oh God.
There was that one, definitely the one song, and it was more or less like on the ice, like just doing the same things before the game, right? I played minor hockey for like 20 years though, so that is not the same.
Yeah, the warm up was a little crazy, but
yeah. Ace, do we have any superstitions on your end?
Not a big superstition guy.
Okay.
You know, I would do the same thing like when it was warm up time. I'd do my stretches and get in the same spot of the ice. And,
definitely the stretches. Definitely the stretches.
Yeah, I would wear the same pants underneath. You know, I would wear
wait, hold on.
Like the spandex type pants under my pads. I never wore like the hockey socks. A lot of goalies wear hockey socks. I never would wear hockey socks behind my pads. None of those.
I didn't either.
Okay. All right.
Did you wear socks, Ace? Please tell me.
Like in my skates?
Yes.
Like regular socks? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not a Neanderthal.
Listen, I caused a lot of drama on Twitter because I said that doesn't happen. That people do not wear socks.
A lot of people don't wear socks with their skates.
Well, people were really upset about it. I was like, it's normal, I swear. Kind of, not
it's
really.
Pretty common.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't you get like rashes or like rubbing up against like the rubber part inside the skate and then your skin peels off? Like,
I don't do it. I don't know.
I don't do it either. I've never done it. I've never heard of anyone who does that.
I wore like Kevlar socks because I was always scared of getting cut.
Smart. That's a smart play. Andrew checking in saying, "Let's go Leafs, beware, be square." I love that slogan. That's fantastic. RJ, who's always keeping us up to date with some news, is the Devils have signed Shane Bowers to a 2-year deal. Cool. Nice little tidbit there. That's always a good one. And apparently another guy named Ryan Schmelzer. I just like that last name. Don't know
Bruins
why.
legend Shane Bowers.
Oh yeah, that's right.
True.
Sad that he didn't really turn out the way he was supposed to. But Mason checking in as well. What's going on, Mason, as well? Saying go Leafs go with an Oilers logo. Sure. I mean, what's new? I imagine that series is over. Out of all the series that are 3-1 right now, to me, that one's done. Like, there's no shot
yeah.
LA comes back. No way. I don't see it.
We own Boston from the Leafs fan.
Did I miss something here? Leafs on the power play. What did I miss?
Yeah, I didn't really catch it either.
I didn't either. Oh, wait, here, I got it. I can check back. Oh, no, go away. Let's take a peek. It was... I got to go down a little bit
Looks
here.
like a Brandon Carlo cross-check.
Play-by-play. Here we go. Let's go down. Let's take a little look-see here. Going down. TV timeout. You know what? This could probably take forever. So, nope, I'm not going to bother. I'm sure it'll show up at some point. Anyway, the Leafs are on the power play.
10 seconds left for me.
Yeah, I was going to say that power play is pretty much over. Just stay there. There we go. Okay. Really anal about having, like, the scoreboard, like, perfect, the way it's supposed to be. Oh, my goodness.
Where's the call there? Oh, my goodness.
Gonna look and see here as Ace is just a tad in front of me. Maybe I missed the call as well, too. Shots are 9-2 right now for the Leafs. Only 2 shots on goal for the Bruins. But like Ace mentioned earlier, it's a 500 save percentage for Joseph Woll as they let one of them in early on. 2:45 to go here in the first.
Yeah, I gotta look for more killer instinct from the Boston Bruins so far. You know, they're fortunate to be where they're at. It probably should be 0-0 right now. I mean, honestly, this series in general has been pretty subdued. Both teams have done a really good job in the neutral zone, neutralizing each other. That was way offside, and you didn't call that? What are you doing?
I really hope this game gets out of hand so we get some, like, yelling, and then, like, Lauren loses it, and then Ace, like, starts yelling, and it's great.
I'd rather be dancing and celebrating, personally.
I don't blame you. Hey, Lauren, it's
My
fine.
shop's way.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, there we go. Hurricanes currently lead 1-0 over the Islanders as Tuvo Terrifying gets the first goal in that one.
Is that really just not even 2 minutes in, and they're already on?
What was that? 18-16. Yep, not even 2 minutes in, and it's already 1-0. I'd like to see that one go to Game 6. I don't know why. I just like a little bit of nerves going in there for Carolina. Like, if you're the home team, which I think every team is now who's up 3-1 in their series, like if you lose Game 5 and you have to go back to Game 6 not on home ice, the odds just go up all of a sudden for that particular series to go 7 games, which I still think Vancouver and Nashville go to 7, but it should be 2-2 right now. That's here nor there. Stupid Lindholm.
All right.
I'll tell you what, though, like
Sure.
that Hurricanes Rangers series, you know, knock on wood if it happens for the Canes fans, that's going to be an absolute, and I'm going to throw a real vintage term at you here, a humdinger. That's going to be a humdinger of a series.
Yes, I love that. I'm going to use that going forward. If that happens, early winner of that series, if it happens.
I don't have the Rangers making out of the Metro. I've got the Hurricanes.
I've got the Hurricanes as well.
I have the Rangers.
Okay. All right.
Everybody needs a contrarian. That's good, Lauren. I like it.
We need to have, a divisive locker room.
I like being the one that's different. Just ask Grace. I had the Devils winning the Stanley Cup this year, so I don't want to talk about anything anymore.
Oh my God, 2-0?
Devils winning the cup? Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I think Neil, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been somebody else, but I can't remember who. I think they had the Kraken at least in the Stanley Cup final.
Ooh.
That's a tough look.
That's real. I had them
and
in the wild card.
Not even 2 minutes later, it's Svechnikov.
Good night.
Android
Mr. Svechnikov.
I love that. It's 2-0 Carolina there in that one. Not even 4 minutes in. That smells like a disaster.
Oh my God, still only 2 shots on goal. I'm starting to get annoyed by that.
12-2 already shots on goal.
It's fine.
It's all fine.
It's fine.
Shots are 29-7. Shot attempts.
This is Bruins hockey.
Is it?
I mean, once again, it's the desperation
this is
factor.
how they do
They've
it.
got to realize this is what it is.
Okay, wait, there we
Sorry,
go.
Lauren, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, it's fine.
Wow, way to cut her off, Ace.
I know, what a big piece of garbage.
Listen, at least it wasn't with bad news, okay? Unlike you, okay?
Well, I have to break what's happening at the time, but I had to move all the way back.
I disagree. I don't think we need to talk about. I don't think we need to talk about the Leafs
Do
at
you
all.
want me to? I'll go back. I don't care. I'll spoil it for you guys. I don't care. I can go back. I have no problem with that. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first. I think I'm just assuming they're showing Nylander on the bench. What was your guys' quick thoughts before first intermission here? Saw the bickering on the bench. You know, we obviously saw what Nylander said to Marner. Bit of old news now. What do you make of that whole exchange?
It's pretty embarrassing to say that you're a teammate. If I don't know, is that like 100% what he said? What was reported? I'm not sure.
It's pretty. You can read if you can read lips pretty well. That's pretty close to what he said. If not, like
I wasn't sure if he was like talking about someone else, maybe, or maybe I was just hoping because that's so tough if your teammate is saying that to you. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of showed the state of their team at that point.
Right.
They were laughing in practice, so
I'm sure they kissed and made up, and it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
See, it all comes back to that. RJ with another score update as Mike Riley scores for the Islanders, and they
Bruins legend.
Bruins legend Mike Riley. All of a sudden, under 5 minutes in the first period, and the Islanders put one on the board. Mike Riley, Bruins legend. How long was he with you guys?
Like 3 seasons, and we tried to trade him for 2.
You're like,
no
go
one would
away,
take him.
go away.
We had to buy him out.
As it looks like a little bit of skirmish here at the end of the first here, but that will do it.
What a riveting first period here.
I know, right? So many. Well, I mean, if for on the Boston side of things, you have to feel a little bit better knowing that, okay, you got this bad period out of the way. If anything, like you're lucky to be going into the break 1-1 here, and you know shots are kind of out of your way, but you're able to go into the break fixing some things and kind of readjusting a little bit. So that is it after one period of play. The Bruins and the Leafs tied at 1 with goals from McCabe and Frederick. If you had that on your bingo card sheet, I don't know if anybody did.
I did,
but...
Kyle. Yeah, I did.
Okay, I did not. I
totally did.
Sorry, I know I'm kind of like cutting you off there. Try not to, but any quick thoughts or comments before we take a quick commercial break and go to break? Or nothing, or no, somebody say something.
I think you're right. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think the Boston Bruins are pretty fortunate. You know, it was a reality check for them at the beginning of this game. You know, it's not going to be easy to. The hardest game is the one where you have the other team on the ropes, and the Bruins saw that, and they're incredibly fortunate with. I think they finished the period with only 2 shots on goal to be tied up 1-1 right now. So I think Jim Montgomery and the Bruins leadership will be pretty candid in the room over there in the first intermission to say, hey guys, you know, we're lucky to be where we're at right now. Get back to our game. They are desperate. You need to do more than what you're doing right now. And I do expect a much better second period from the Boston Bruins than what we saw in the first.
And Lauren will be doing her superstitious rituals during the first intermission.
It's fine.
It's fine. Let's take a quick 3-minute break here. We'll take 2 quick commercial breaks. We'll come back to some comments. We'll come back to some questions as well too, and we'll be back as Game 5 tied at 1. See you after the break. And we are back for first intermission. I was going to say highlights, but we don't have any highlights because we don't do that here. Or we'd get copyrighted, to be honest with you. Ace is probably doing something, so we'll get him back in as soon as I see him come back. For now, it's myself and Lauren from our All Goals and No Misses podcast. And I think Ace all of a sudden changed jerseys. Is this a superstition?
We got to do more. We got to do more for the second, so we got to change up the sweater.
I agree.
Was asked if I had one. I got it right here.
Matthew Poitras. So story time. He played for the Guelph Storm junior team.
He did.
In the OHL. I live about half hour from Guelph, and I've gone to many Guelph Storm games in my time, and I've seen that kid play. And I gotta be honest, I did not expect him to get to that level like so early on when he played really good early on in the year. But he's great with the puck. Like, I loved watching him play in Guelph along with the other kids like Tyler Bertuzzi and Robbie Fabry and all that back in the day a little bit. That was like 10 years ago now. But yeah, go to a lot of Guelph Storm games in case you guys care.
He's a smart player.
He is.
Got a lot of hockey sense, not a lot of tremendously super high offensive ability, but like he just makes the right play in the right time. And that's why I really like him. He kind of reminds me of a young Patrice Bergeron. In no way, shape, or form am I projecting him to become a Patrice Bergeron, but that's the kind of game that he plays.
I don't think you can even replicate like the way Patrice Bergeron's career went and how he like the style that he plays and the way that he played either, right? So good career, and who knows, maybe if somebody gets injured, he comes back for like 7 games for some random reason. As we again, we're back here, first intermission here, kind of looking back at the comments here real quick. Actually, I'm just seeing one here from Marie. Bruins are committing to the bit of trying to embarrass the Leafs the most they can by winning with a terrible game, and you simply have to respect the grind. Do we agree?
I always agree with Marie. If Marie says something,
okay.
I agree.
Connection here. Got it. Okay. So we have a biased connection already. Love it. Ace?
No, never.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I'm down to embarrass the Leafs. It's always something that's like in our DNA here in Boston. So yeah,
Not
that's
like
what's going on. Absolutely. This is intentional. This is all part of the plan.
Not like we've been doing that, or you guys have been doing that for the last 11 years. So
why
tied
stop
at
the
1.
trend?
Yeah, exactly. You don't need to. Tied at 1 after 1 here. What do you need to see more from this team? Didn't go the way they kind of envisioned maybe in that first period. Maybe it's just, I don't know if it's nerves maybe, or they're just trying to find it was a slow start. Maybe a numerous of reasons. What are some of the things they need to clean up here going into the second?
Their D zone, passing pucks up the middle, taking, like I said before, taking the shots that might not look like a grade A chance. But I think Swayman rebounded after that original goal. So
he's played well. He's played really well early on. Like after letting in the 1 goal, he's been, and you know what's funny? I think they mentioned it before I jumped on, at least on the Canadian feed here with Kevin Bieksa, but he was mentioning like the lower side of Jeremy Swayman, like the lower half of the net is basically blocked off because that's where he's been so good, especially all series long for the most part. So, and he was kind of alluding to it, like the Leafs want to score tonight, they're going to have to go high on Swayman. And that was kind of the case there on that first goal. So who knows, maybe there's more of that to come. Ace, what are you looking for here in the second period?
Like I said, it worked for them on the goal. You just got to get the offensive forecheck going. The Bruins have been successful with not overcomplicating the play the entire series. Dump it in deep, get the forecheck going, force this Leafs defense to make a play because, candidly, their defense isn't capable of making a play. So force them to try to make a play, force the turnover, and then begin the cycle game. Because when you get this Leafs defense in the torture chamber, they make mistakes. Your skill guys take over, and you win the game. So just get back to that game in the second period, and I do expect the Bruins will at least be a lot better than what they were in the first period. I think they've got the pattern to have a successful rest of the game.
One can hope, right? So yeah, Swayman's been pretty brilliant so far. He's been clinical every game. He's played against us for the most part, both regular and postseason. So you hope that trend kind of continues going forward. Mason's got a question.
What's your question, Mason?
What's the question, man? Love to hear it, though. If you guys have any questions as well, too, let us know. Grant should be live right now with the Islanders and Hurricanes on our other stream, and our boys from Dusty Benders will be taking care of the 9:30 Eastern start in Game 5 between the Avalanche and the Winnipeg Jets. So we're about halfway through the first round. Is there any series that you can look at right now and confidently say, a lot of them being down 3-1, the one tied at 2-2, any of the ones that you can kind of see going 7 games?
I would say potentially Vancouver. Potentially. And I'm not saying that to make you happy at all.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, you're welcome. I threw your bone there.
Thank you.
I don't know. Something about Nashville just and especially having Saros at the back end, I just wouldn't count them out at all.
Me either. Third string goaltender, you can never count him out. Probably should have won that 4th game, but again, that's here nor there. Ace, any potential
So
game 7?
are we talking about all of the first round series that are still going, or the ones that are only 3-1?
Sure, and then we'll get to Mason's question afterwards, but go ahead.
Yeah, so for sure, I think that obviously the game or the series with Dallas and Vegas, that is just 2 Western Conference powerhouses going one at each other. I mean, Vegas took game 1 and 2 on the road, had the series very firmly in their hands, and then Dallas, who I think is one of the best systematic defenses in the entire NHL postseason, was able to pull this back and even it up on the road themselves. So it's a road warrior series over there. I see that series definitely going 7. Of the series that are 3-1, I think Lauren hit the nail on the head. I think it's probably the Vancouver and my kids yelling upstairs. You can probably hear.
I was gonna say, I could hear that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the Nashville and the Vancouver series could probably go 7, simply because Nashville got the split on the road against the higher seed. So that's what you want, right? You want to steal home ice advantage as the road team. And they did that. And then they go home with an opportunity to take advantage of that home ice. And honestly, I think that they really deserved a better fate than what they got there. They drastically outplayed the Canucks. The Canucks were the first team, I think, like one of 3 teams ever in NHL history in the postseason to win a playoff game with only 12 shots on goal in Game 3. So the Canucks absolutely lucked out. They played with Casey DeSmith, Rochester, New Hampshire native, by the way.
Ooh.
Shout out. That's where I'm from. DeSmith stood on his head, played really well, stole that game for the Canucks. And then Game 4, you know, if what's his face, I forget his name, Colton Sissons. Yeah, if he doesn't hit that post, that game's over, and they've got a split going back to Vancouver. So I think that the Predators really have to feel good about where they're at right now, because they probably deserve, you know, hockey gods aside and bounces aside, they probably deserve to be going back to Vancouver with a 3-1 series lead themselves. So,
and I think they'll obviously feel more confident. Like, of course, it's must win tonight, but it's like in my eyes, like it seems silly to say, but it's like you just need to win this game, right? You just need this one, right? Because if you can go back to Game 6, you're in your own barn, right? And you can turn that around, right? And then as long as you if you can find a way to get to that 7th game, then anything can happen, right?
You plant that seed of doubt. You have them on their heels. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Totally. And sometimes, like, that's why, in my eyes, I love Game 5s in any sort of playoff series, because you're either 2-2 or you're either 3-1. And it really changes the tide of the series a little bit, because it's either over or, like you just mentioned, like you place that seed of doubt in your mind as well. So to kind of carry off here with maybe Mason's question here, asking if we all think the Leafs can beat the Bruins here, considering we have 2 Boston Bruins fans here and 1 Leaf hater, you can imagine which way we're going here. Early predictions, though, early on, we had it's 1-1 currently right now. I had 4-2 on my end, Lauren with 4-3. Can't remember what Ace had.
I didn't have a prediction in.
Okay, well, it's 1-1. I'll give you a pass. What do you think?
All right. I think probably 4-2 Boston.
Okay, so 4-2. Goza had 4-3. Andrew had 6-1. That's still in the cards. It's still there.
I like your
Liam,
style, Andrew.
Nice. Liam has 5-4 Leafs in overtime. And I think Andrew, he was just referring to game 1 was 5-1. So that's not one, but that's okay. And Duke actually just put his in saying 3-1 for Boston. So you guys are late to the party. All right, we're probably back at commercial break here, and I imagine we'll probably get puck drop here soon here for the second period. I think it's still 2-1 Hurricanes out on that side of things. I know we haven't really talked about the Leafs tonight as well, but I really want to know when this is all said and done, how much of a sickness Matthews is in going into it. Is it just me, or it all kind of lined up so weirdly where we talked about earlier where there was the big fight on the bench, right? There was the arguing and bickering back and forth. And then you go to immediately you go in the second intermission, and then all of a sudden you find out that Matthews can't come back, right? And now you find out he's not going to be playing game 5, right? He must be on his deathbed feeling sick tonight, if that's the case. I don't know what it means. I don't know if Leafland is probably worried about that. I mean, he did just sign an extension last offseason, so he's probably fine. Maybe he's just pissed off at Marner. I don't know. Maybe he really is sick. What do you guys think of the whole thing?
I think my only thing is if it's any kind of respiratory disorder that he was advised not to play with, then he definitely shouldn't play with it because he could get really hurt throughout the rest of his body if he does play with something like that. And I'm going to sound like a Bruins fan when I say this, but I think that if a player is sick or hurt, they should not play. I said it about Bergeron. I'll say it again a million times because the player is way more important than the game. But yeah, it must have been something pretty big because I know the reports were like, yeah, he was definitely advised not to play. It wasn't like he was, pulling himself out.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the ice. I think they were reporting today. He took the ice for 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden he just came right off, right? So, but no, it makes sense. Your health is obviously more important than anything else. And I hope that, I don't know if you saw the Nemestikov shot to the face the other day with the Jets. That's some scary stuff. So hopefully he's okay there. And you just hope that he's just okay health-wise at the end of the day. So we are about to get set here for the second period here. I'm hoping that the Bruins, or at least for your guys' sake, that they have somewhat of a better response here after being trailing in at least the shots on goal here, 12-2. Fun fact, though, Leafs are 9-2 all time in Game 5s versus the Boston Bruins. Yay!
Fun fact.
Good for you, Leafs.
Few fun facts for you. As we're about to get set here, period 2, and we are back underway here in the second period. Game tied at 1 in Game 5. So hopefully I didn't scare you, Lauren, too much about 9-2 record, Game 5, no Matthews, Wool in net, planting the seed of doubt in your mind. I'm the worst. You're gonna not.
Starting to think you're a Leafs fan.
Oh no, I just love bugging people. It's great. I have no horse in any races this year, so it's great. I love being an outsider. You're never gonna want to do these with me again. All right, second period.
No.
We got going on.
Out of the kindness of my heart.
Pleasantly, no. Duke checking out here. Hope we can squeeze one out, though. The win out here. Good luck to your Bruins, Ace and Lauren. Aw, how nice. He's so nice. No response.
I had to go take a pee. Don't judge me.
That's okay. That's important. That's important. All good. I think there's a penalty coming to Nylander, possibly. Yeah, Nylander's going to the box for tripping here.
A noted goon, Willie Nylander.
Noted goon. I'll leave Lauren back out for a sec. She's probably just doing something real quick. Ace had a pee break. It's all good. Big chance here for the Bruins here. Nylander in the box for tripping, and the Bruins' top power play unit is back out there. They're 6 for 13 in this series. That's fantastic news, though, if you're the Bruins. And also a quick update to the Hurricanes take a 3-1 lead in Game 5 as it's Evgeny Kuznetsov and Lauren's back. Now on the bottom.
Good night, Islanders.
Jim, good night. There. We're just going to take turns, Lauren. So, we'll just block you out now. in the second. There you go. So if you missed it, Nylander's in the penalty box for tripping. I think it was on DeBrusque, if I'm not mistaken. And Bruins on the power play.
It's kind of funny because historically speaking, when you say Bruins on the power play, I think every Bruins fan that's followed this team for a while just kind of rolls their eyes like, oh, here we go again. If you go back to the 2011 team that won the Cup, they were, I think, dead last the entire postseason for power play efficiency. This team has been historically not great in the power play. Obviously, this series is an outlier. They've been playing well. I think it's more of an indicator of how poorly Toronto has played on the PK than how well the Boston Bruins have played on the power play. But I would definitely take a power play goal right now.
Still, you're doing well in this series, considering you're 6 for 13 or something like that. That's pretty good. Last time I checked for being on the power play. 40 seconds left here, though, on my end. It could be worse. You could be the Leafs on power play with all those weapons. Just saying.
And then complain about it later.
Yes, it's the ref's fault. 30 seconds to go here on this power play. Not a lot of shots being generated here early on. Goes right back down. Bruins power play in Game 4 was 1 for 3, so they managed to get one there in their Game 4 win. How impressed are you guys with the overall season and even the playoff performance? Or maybe you're looking to see more here out of Pavel Zacha?
Sorry, what?
Anyone? Wow. We're done. You're going to the penalty box. All right, she's out for a minute. Ace, what do you think of Pavel Zacha? And then I'll bring Lauren back in.
Pavel Zacha has been, I don't want to say a revelation, but when you have David Krejci and Patrice Bergeron retiring from the Boston Bruins, everyone and their mother said, "Oh, the Boston Bruins are cooked. The Boston Bruins are done. They can't ever come back." And what do? They have Charlie Coyle come in with Pavel Zacha, and they actually outproduce what Patrice Bergeron and David Krejci did. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that what they did on the ice surpassed what those two guys did, but the production was there. Pavel Zacha proved that he can be a top 6 center in the NHL. Charlie Coyle had a career year, as did Pavel Zacha. So I really love what Pavel Zacha did. I don't think he's a number 1 center. I think he's probably best off as number 2C. Charlie Coyle has always been an elite number 3C. But, with the cards that the Boston Bruins were dealt with retirements and everything, no complaints from this Bruins fan.
I don't blame you. He's a cheap centerman, but he's played very well this year. And maybe when it's all said and done, you look back and think he's probably a 2C or a 3C. Lauren, do you want me to repeat the question for you?
Yeah, could you please? Thank you.
Yeah, so for Pavel Zacha here, he's had a great regular season so far. Just talking about the fact that he's a 2C, 3C here. What do you think about Pavel Zacha here?
I love Zacha. I think that he's a great player. Obviously you're never going to get the center production that you would have in Patrice Bergeron, but I think that was an unfair comparison to make in the first place. I know you're trying to replace him and you're looking elsewhere, but elsewhere was not going to happen with the amount of cap space that we had. So for what he has done, it has surpassed any type of expectation that I had, and I know most Bruins fans have had, and it's honestly just been great. I'm happy with it. I'm so happy with it.
Does he is his contract up this year, or is he locked down for another year or two?
I think he's got another 3 years after this. He signed an extension before this year.
Oh, wow. That's a great deal then, because they got him, I think, at a decent deal. Also kind of missed earlier on too, guys, just in the game here. Nylander hit the crossbar at some point, and the Leafs found themselves back on the power play here with their quote-unquote top unit without Matthews. Swayman did make a good save early on here. He's making another good one here, standing tall, keeping this game tied at 1. Domi over to Riley. What an amazing save by Jeremy Swayman. What a save by Swayman, keeping this game at 1. Unbelievable. As the Bruins faithful stands up.
Need more out of this crowd. This is a quiet crowd so far for a potential series winning game.
Do you think it's a nervous crowd?
That's fine.
I'm not there. So.
Lauren, we all know where you're at. But yeah, to Ace's point, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Swayman's got you guys here, apparently. He made a phenomenal save there. I must have missed the penalty. Did you guys catch it? I don't know if I did or didn't. Wow, we're really doing a great job here covering Game 5 tonight. Trying to put some more emphasis back into this game here a little bit here. 20 seconds left to go here on the power play, at least on my end here. Shots are 16-13 early on. Bruins trying to find a way out, and they do. As a little bit of this power play is going to expire, and the Leafs power play struggles will continue in this series as they will go, I think, 1 for 16 now all of a sudden. Breaking out the other way here, Zaka's going to come out with, they're going to come out with 3. It's going to be 3-on-1, almost 4-on-1 here. Maroon trying to find in front, blocked there by Pontus Holmberg. It looked like a 4-on-1 for a second there. Another shot shaved wide, toe save, just had a little piece of the toe on it though for Joseph Woll. Again, it's this 4th line here for the Bruins, and it feels like this series too has really been like the best players have been on the 4th line, or they've been the most efficient ones.
I feel like that's been like that for years. We always talk about how the 4th line is always the one who brings the most energy and seems to be the ones who care the most, frankly.
Yeah. And I think Ace is resetting his computer, so we will give him a solid second here, and Lauren gets to hang out with me again. Yay.
I actually have to reset mine too. Sorry.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'll hang out with everybody else. Oh my god. I'm terrible. Sorry for ruining your life a little tonight. Superstitious Lauren coming back into play. 14 minutes to go here. Are we feeling okay though? Like, are we doing okay here? Do you want to have therapy? Like, are we good?
Do I have to pay you?
No. Well, I mean, you can. The currency exchange is a little different. So.
Yeah. I can't do that mental math. I'm sorry.
Let's see. If you pay me $5, let's round it up to like 10 Canadian. I take gift cards.
That doesn't sound right.
That's okay. I take gift cards. I like coffee. I'm pretty easy. I'm easygoing. Are you reading more articles to calm yourself down here a little bit? Are you just going through it?
My one article right there.
Nice. Are you reading about the 4th line?
Yeah, the 4th line. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
No.
Perfect.
I'm scared that if I put the game on my computer might combust. So.
Just like Aces, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised, honestly, if you couldn't hear the fan on it, I'd be surprised.
Oh, it's like heavy breathing. Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have like a MacBook Pro from like the early 2000s?
No, I have a Lenovo. She's great.
Oh, Lenovo. That's adorable. I've been using like old Dell hand-me-off computers, and they work great.
I don't like Dell.
Why not? What did Dell ever do to you?
Exist? I don't know. I don't like the computers.
They're not sparkly enough.
They're not sparkly enough. Neither is my matte black Lenovo computer.
Okay. I was one of those people that I can't do it anymore because I don't have the backing on mine, but where I would go on, it was a site called Redbubble. I don't know if you know it, but you just like can go on and I throw stickers on there. I'm one of those people.
I wanted to do that, but I couldn't find anything that. Oh, hey.
Hello. He's back.
I couldn't find any backing to my computer, so I couldn't put stickers on it. My
stream kept like going black and stuff, so I was like, I'm gonna just restart my computer.
Doing like the death circle?
Yeah, basically.
The dreaded.
Yeah.
Do you get the death circle on your Lenovo though, Lauren?
Yes, on my Lenovo. Yes.
Okay. I wonder if Ace's computer was doing some heavy breathing too.
I've got a pretty beefy PC. I think it's like a video card thing going on. I got a new one like a few weeks back, but
What type of computer do you have?
oh well, it's a Windows PC, but it's a gaming rig because I stream and stuff from time to time.
Nice. Love it. Love it. Big gamer. So me too. I have to make a confession that I had to take a bit of a break today after working game out. Not ashamed to admit that I played Pokemon today.
What'd you play?
So I played a little bit of an older one. I played some Pokemon Emerald.
Oh, okay.
I might have been cheating, but that's here nor there.
Wow.
Well, it's a lot of grinding, and I can't do that anymore.
Cheating
Don't
on
have time for that.
Pokemon?
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. A little
Shame
fun
on
fact for everybody. Well, I can like the things that I like and do what I want. Anyway,
I have a
Whoa.
Boston Bruins Blastoise tattoo. I got that going for me.
do you really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
love
it's right
that.
here on my bicep. He's got goalie pads on, like Tuukka Rask's goalie pads.
Did you just go in and you were like, listen, I love Blastoise, but I love the Bruins even more. Can we just like put that
Yeah, the
into
tattoo
one?
artist likes to do like fusions. So I'm like,
Okay.
Blastoise favorite Pokemon, throw some goalie pads. And they grabbed a reference photo and it was Tuukka Rask. I was like, say less. Leafs
Do
legend
it.
Tuukka Rask.
He's legend. Also, Leafs brief legend. Well, not brief legend, but he was almost picked by the Leafs in the past draft, or whenever it was that Swayman got picked. Tuukka.
Ooh,
I wanted to bring up. I just wanted to bring up real quick here. Oh,
He's all right. He's up. He's up.
is he okay? All right.
I don't know.
Pasternak
I don't
took
know.
A bit of a hit. He's slow to get up here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's not
struggling.
skating right though. Struggling still on the ice here. Bruins trying to find a way out. They can't here, and now they will as McAvoy gets it out. No, they can't get it out here.
There you
Leaves
go,
another
Pasternak.
chance here. Domi, great chance there and saved by Swayman. Pasternak still out there trying to find a way out, and they do. And now he gets back to the benches.
He's struggling on the
Pasternak
bench.
is struggling to get back as he does, and I think he just took a shot to the puck to the back of the leg, if I'm not mistaken.
Hurts.
Yeah, that's not fun. No padding. I've had that happen before, like where it hits your ankle and there's no padding. Not fun. Not a fun time. And also, too, Hurricanes and Islanders tie, or excuse me, 3-1 Hurricanes after one. Shots are 21-4. Shots are not even tonight for both games.
That's awful.
For the Islanders,
Bruins only had 2 at the end of the first, so
true. Yeah, the Islanders had more shots than the Bruins. And we're still tied at 1.
Are they a better team? Question mark.
No, maybe.
I
If
heard
they played
a
the
Y
series,
noise.
It could go 7. I would say that. I would make an argument that it goes 7 games. That's just me. Then again, I did pick the Capitals going 7 games, and look how that turned out. So
Yeah, I don't trust your picks.
don't take my advice. Who do you guys have in your picks in the final this year? What do you got?
It hurts me to say, but go ahead, Lauren.
Oh, Ace, go. No, you.
I have Carolina, and
Ooh.
I also have Dallas Stars.
Ooh.
I have Vancouver and the Rangers. And I think I have Vancouver winning. Sorry.
You have Vancouver winning the cup?
Oh, hell yeah.
See you later. Oh.
Bye.
I think you just said that to piss him off.
That's a good point. I actually have
The world will never know.
I have the same thing as Ace. I got Stars Hurricanes in the final. I have Dallas winning it all this year.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
I hate that Edmonton has such an easy path though to the Western Conference final. I think they could run over Vancouver if they don't have Demko.
Oh,
it hurts. What do we got? Just under 10 minutes to go here. Still tied at 1 here. Bruins going to get another chance here. Tied up, and he loses it. Leafs go back the other way. Bruins still are not registering 10 shots on goal here. 18-7 with 9:44 to go here, and some lovely pushing and shoving going on as well. Did you guys like Ryan Reeves' comments before the game where he's like, "Oh, happened to Boston last year," where they were up
He
3-1,
opens his
they blew
mouth,
it.
and it's like nothing good ever comes out.
I love it every time Ryan Reeves hits the ice because it's a net positive for the Boston Bruins.
It's a net positive.
He played a
you
big
tell
role
him.
in getting us tied up in that last game. So
He did.
He did. He was. He assisted pretty much on that one goal, if you want to put it that way. Oh, and my TV bugged out. God damn it! Just doesn't like me. There we go. You know what, Lauren? I've had it up to here.
What are you gonna do? Kick me out again?
Okay. You said it. Like, pretty straightforward. I'll hang out with Ace. I'm okay with that. So, thoughts halfway through the second period?
better period so far for the Boston Bruins. They've got to keep their discipline up. But I mean, we've got 5 shots on goal this period, which is more than double previous periods. Got that going for us, which is nice. More of the same from Jeremy Swayman. Good play. Had I think a couple penalties against us in this period, or is it just the one? Either way, good job by the penalty kill.
2, yeah, I think 2. But anyway,
yeah, good job by the PK. Got him right where we want him. This is fine.
It's true. This is fine. We need to hang that now, or I should just start. What are we at now? Here, I'll update the tally. Let's just say for funsies, we're at. I don't know. What do you guys think? What are we at now? Like 25?
Yeah, I was gonna say 26.
Well, did you know that Kuznetsov goal was a penalty shot?
Was it really?
Yeah. Ooh. And he did his patented on a F word. This is a family show. He did the stupid. I'm gonna walk in there at -2 miles an hour, and deek, and then sniped it.
Only reason I'm saying it's a family channel is because I think Mason's like just judging here. I could have been wrong here, but it sounds like he's a young kid. So fair enough, though.
Well, if you tune into my podcast, we use foul language, so I apologize if you listen to my podcast and expect a family-friendly pod.
Little plug here. What's the podcast name, Ace?
Love that. Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Check us out. 2Pad Stack Podcast. You can find us on shows, the old X, formerly known as Twitter, at 2Pad Stack Pod. And yeah, we're on all podcast channels everywhere you can find podcasts.
I just call it Twitter. I can't do it with X anymore. I can't. It's what it used to be. Well, since I gave Ace his little plug there, Lauren, do you want to give the podcast a plug?
Oh wow, you're so kind.
I know.
Yeah. So I run All Goals No Misses with my best friend Grace. We are like an NHL Central podcast. Most of our listeners are Bruins fans. We talk about the Bruins a lot. You guys can change that by asking us questions. But anyways, you can find us at All Goals No Misses. Misses is MRS on Spotify and on Twitter because X isn't real.
It's not, and I agree. It is also a great name. No, it's good. Awesome. Good to hear. We got 8 minutes to go here. I don't have a podcast, so I got nothing to plug. So continue growing the network, everybody. We just hit 5,000 subscribers the other day, so champagne. Pow. And yeah, so it's good to see, and hopefully we'll get more before the playoffs are over, and we'll be doing lots more live streams. We got one going on right now, have another one going on at 9:30. I'm like back and forth on the fence. I don't know if I'll do tomorrow night's Stars Knights game. It's early, so I probably should, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the day goes tomorrow. 7:40 to go here in the second. What? Another good chance here for Boston. Good shot. What a save. Joseph Woll standing tall. And the Bruins can only find the one past Woll so far here. And maybe it's working early on for the Leafs that Mr. Woll here is in net over Samsonov.
I mean, he is named Wall, right? That's pretty good for a goalie.
Yeah. It do be. It really do be. If there's one player that you're trying to, like, you kind of see it all the time in football. I don't know how often you guys watch football or not. But sometimes when you see like the quarterback go after one guy, right, that's just not experienced or, is not having a good day. If you're the Bruins here and you're looking at this Leafs decor here, like whenever you go off of the rush here, is there a guy that you're kind of hoping is on the ice and you're like, I'm going after this guy right away because I know that he's not going to be able to stop me? I probably have to repeat the question, Lauren, but go ahead, Ace.
I mean, anybody on this Leafs defense. I mean, there's not the only player that I think can really play an off the rush opportunity really well from the defensive side of things for the Leafs is Mike Riley. And not Mike Riley, Morgan Riley. Sorry. I got Bruins legend Mike Riley on the top of the head. The rest of them, I mean, the Leafs go out there every deadline and they acquire like 3 defensemen for like a 5th round pick. And they're all like 34-year-old washed up D-men. They still have like 41-year-old Mark Giordano on their roster, even though he's not playing.
Hey, he's a saint. We love him.
Sure he is.
Yes.
Seattle Kraken legend, Mark Giordano. I think that, you've got to let David Pastrnak do his thing. Like David Pastrnak will try to beat a player one-on-one every single time on the rush. And there's not a single defenseman out there that I think is like, oh, this is the weak guy, go after him. They're all there. Every one of them.
Norris Trophy winner, by the way, Mark Giordano. Just saying. Yeah. Norris Trophy winner.
How long ago was that? Like 6 years ago?
Oh, no, it was like, let's see. I think that was, you're probably right, actually. 6 years ago. I think it was like 2018. Yeah. Good times. Good times. I remember when we were good. Good times.
There was a time?
There was a time. Yes, believe it or not.
Oh.
There was a time when we were a 3 seed in the Pacific and we were terrible. We had Yuri Hudler as our top line guy and Michael Ferland at one point and like David Jones. And we won a playoff series. So I hang my hat on that.
I will say I can't stand Markstrom.
He's my guess is his time is probably done. They probably should have dealt him at the deadline, but that's here nor there because it's gone.
Markstrom, you are a New Jersey Devil.
Or is Linus Ullmark?
Linus Ullmark, you are a New Jersey Devil.
I actually think Markstrom's a Toronto Maple Leaf next season.
Yeah, they got their thing for old washed-up players in Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like he's going to end up there for some reason. And if you're able to clear, like if Mitch Marner's not the guy and they bow out here tonight, I imagine they'll free up some cap space. But that's off-season talk. We're not talking off-season. It's playoff talk. 6:25 left to go here. Bruins finally getting to the 10-shot mark here. Its shots are 18-10 here. Still tied 1-1 in this one. A couple of power play chances, and nobody can break through as that was almost tripping on the boards. It looked like. I guess not. Okay. It's probably it feels like with this game so far that it's probably coming down to the third period here. Next goal is going to be huge. Usual. Yeah, I mean, who would want it any different here?
Me.
How are we feeling? Still, how are you guys feeling? We feeling nervous? Feeling okay? Still hanging in there? Is Ace going to be wearing a different jersey come to third period? Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, Lauren, let's take a guess here. What's he gonna wear? I think what was the first one you had in the first period? Was that a Bergeron one? Or Pastrnak? Okay, so it's Pastrnak. You had Poitras on now. I think he'll throw on a Bergeron one in the third.
God. That's
my only guess. Well, you got a lot of players to choose from. How about Zdeno Chara? How about Chara?
Ooh, do you have a Chara?
I do have a Chara.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure the only ones I have are a Tuca and a Swayman.
The only goalie I have is Linus.
I also have a Devin Levi Sabres jersey.
I know.
Yeah.
Devin Levi Sabres jersey. Wow.
The goat head.
Big Devin Levi. The
goat head. I love that jersey.
That's a sick one. Are we big Devin Levi fan?
Yeah.
Nice.
Also another one of the college guys. He's really nice, dude. Him, Ottinger. Wall,
Nice.
unfortunately.
All the college kids.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
My age of kids.
The age. Marie, notoriously good at the third period. We're going to find out as maybe Ace's computer blew up. Yeah, I guess we'll find out here pretty soon. No score here. So we're a big fan here of the young goaltenders. Is Devin Levi like the favorite, I would imagine?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Other than Swayman, for sure.
I've seen Ukko Pekka-Luukkonen play a couple times. If you want to talk who's tall, that man is a giant in that. He's huge.
So fun.
He's cool,
this is
though.
my problem. I get like emotionally attached to these goalies, and then they like go everywhere but Boston, and I'm like, well, why don't
just
you guys
stay?
should all just come to Boston? Like, we can make a team out of goalies. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, just make up 20 goalies on the team. That'll work well.
Yeah, it's easy.
Are you going to be sad if when possibly Ullmark goes this offseason?
I am, but I have seen it coming, and it's been a rumor for so long that it's kind of not going to be as upsetting as it would be if it was just like, he's gone. He's traded away,
Yeah.
But I will be sad because I think it's pretty cool like what the Hug has done. I mean, I coach around Mass and like I see little goalies doing it all the time and it's so cute.
The little goalies. They're like their arms go like this high.
They look like a transformer.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I remember I was probably like 5. I played goalie once because my dad threw me in net because our goalie was sick at the time or whatever the reason was. He was gone. So he's like, well, somebody's got to go in net. Kyle, you're going in net. And I'm like losing it. I'm like, I don't think I can do this. I proceeded to let in 8 goals that game.
Everybody has their goalie story.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And then I had like the really, what was it, like the really skinny pads, like the old skinny pads that were shaped like a Lego piece, it looked like. And I had the player helmet cage. Like I didn't have a goalie mask, I had the player helmet cage and like still everything underneath. Like there's no goalie padding. It's full on like hockey padding from like just his players. And
so you were basically Tim Thomas on the Dallas Stars.
Yeah. You can make that comparison. Yeah, pretty much. That was my one shining moment. I have like what is it, a 200 save percentage, whatever it is. I was terrible. I just wanted that game to be over with.
The funny thing is like when I first started playing hockey, I was like 11 years old, and I was a soccer goalie, and I was not a very good soccer goalie.
It's not
good at all. Yeah. So 11-year-old me shows up to the local ice arena here in New Hampshire, and I'm looking at this goalie in the net, and I'm like, hey, look how small that net is. Look how big his pads are.
You're like, I could do that.
Yeah, it's easy. I didn't know how to skate.
Oh.
Couldn't skate. But I was like, I want to play hockey. And my stepfather's like, shouldn't you like know how to skate first? I'm like, nah, I can't be that. Looking at me. He's not skating. He's just standing there. It's easy.
Why do you need to skate? You don't need to skate.
So my stepfather, he's not going to go out there and buy me a bunch of like goalie gear. So he finds somebody that he knows through work, and he gets me. So this is probably, oh God, this is probably 2003, 2002. And he gets me those horsehair pads, like the leather horsehair goalie pads. Like think Ken Dryden. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. And as soon as I got on the ice and I had my first shift in net, I was hooked. And, 20-something years later, here I am.
You got the itch.
It's a passion for me. And now I'm coaching my daughter playing, and it's a great time.
Nice. Is your daughter a goalie too, or?
No, I won't let her.
Oh, okay.
I'm the only goalie allowed in this household.
The pads can be pretty, and the equipment can be pretty pricey.
I have a picture of my oldest daughter. I have 2 girls. My 10-year-old, but she when she was an infant, I have a picture of her in my goalie glove.
And it's like this massive thing.
Yeah, it's like she's just lying down sleeping in my goalie trapper. It's my favorite photo in the world.
That's awesome. Does Lauren have a favorite a goalie moment from her career?
I was just like, those guys look cool, and my uncle had played goalie, so he was like, "Oh, you want to try it?" I was like, "Sure," and it was, I don't know. I was a figure skater before that, so I didn't really ever put on hockey skates until that moment, and it was fine. I have a video of my first time playing.
26.
I look so stupid, but
That's
hey,
I was gonna say, I think that's how a lot of people probably started it, right? Like that's how I started skating. I was in figure skating. I have a VCR tape of like us or myself at a festival or whatever, and we did like the car wash, do the car wash. So, and we had like the big yellow helmet on, and like we were on all black, and like we were like going through the car wash. So
my
that
God.
VCR is stuck somewhere. But that's how I started skating. So everybody kind of had their moment in figure skating, and then it translated into me being a ballerina on the ice. So it's a good way to learn, though. Like it really is.
Oh
If you
yeah.
haven't done it before, it's such a good way to learn.
Yeah, it was very fun. I liked it a lot. I couldn't do any of the spins though, because that scared me as a child. So I was basically putting my leg up, and that was it.
I did it. Or we're
Yeah.
one of those people, when you stop, like you do like the spin, like, and then you stop. Like you don't apply any pressure.
Also, if you hear my family in the background, I apologize. We're Italian and unable to be quiet. So
Are they also watching the game, I imagine?
I don't think they are. They're not really hockey fans.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't really. They watch it to make fun of me when they lose. That's really it.
That's kind of sad.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Again, this is like therapy for everybody. We're just going through it.
You know what they say about the East Coast people? We're kind but not nice. West Coast people are nice but not kind. We'll make fun of you over here in Boston and New England, but if you actually need help, we'll help you. But we will be malicious the entire time.
What does that make us from Ontario?
I don't know. You guys are a weird breed.
I don't know either. I had to go down to Toronto yesterday, and there was a nice gentleman / homeless person who happened to go to the bathroom at the side of a building. Saw all that, so that was great. Love Toronto. It sucks.
Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1, thank God. Well, still, like it's not a good case scenario. Like
I don't know. I'd
I've
be
only been
exponentially
to-
more uncomfortable if he was taking a dump right in front of you than
Yeah,
if he was
that's
just
very
taking a
true.
leak.
it's a good point. Still, very uncomfortable. What were you gonna say, Lauren?
I was gonna say I've only been to Montreal. I'm going back in August because I really liked it there. But
Nice.
everybody's fine. They like this. It was fun.
It was fun.
Montreal, I still want to go. I've never been to Montreal. I feel like it'd be a good time there.
It was really pretty. I really enjoyed it.
I hear
there's so in Quebec City. Actually, I was just going to mention like that's a place you got to see. I'm actually going to Halifax on Sunday coming up for 2 days, and yeah, should be fun. Just a quick little spontaneous trip. Decided to go on. Just bringing a backpack. Thanks for the support, guys. Anyway,
yeah, congratulations! I'm so you're gonna have such a good time.
Scramble in front of the net. The ref still hasn't blown it here. Where's the puck here? And finally blows the whistle. They were digging at it here on Swayman. Now a scrum ensues. And Nylander can't believe it either. Like the puck was still, I don't know how the ref saw it after all that mess. Still going here. Riley and Pasternak all of a sudden, they're going to go at it here a little bit. Everyone's going at it. Everybody's picking a partner here, and they're all
Oh, Brad
Wow.
Marchand grabbed Mitch Marner, and Mitch Marner's like, no, I don't want to do it.
Me. Don't touch me.
My dad will beat me if I do it.
22 seconds left in the second 1-1 game here. And Nyes is going at it now with Pasternak. They're jawing back and forth. McAvoy getting back into the mix here. As I just want to see the replay here, as I don't know if they're calling any penalties at all. Doesn't look like it here. The ref's basically just saying, ref just basically told McAvoy to F off. And it looks like it's signaling towards one Bruins player maybe going to the box. As checking the replay here again, Nylander had a really good chance in front. Oh, it was off the glove of Swayman and off the crossbar. That's Nylander's second crossbar tonight. And then the scramble in front here, Nyes, puck was loose. Swayman never really had it. Everyone just digging at something here. And then they finally called it eventually here. But, it was under the right pad of Swayman.
How is this a PK? This makes no sense to me.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what. Yeah, they'll probably show it in a second, or maybe Ace before me. But yeah, I don't really. There's just a scramble here. Maybe it was some after shot, maybe a late cheap shot. There's two Bruins going to the box here.
This is garbage. Garbage officiating.
Montgomery heated on the bench. Lauren not happy. Ace not happy. Bruins fans not happy. It looks like the Leafs will go on the power play for the third time this game.
NHL's got the money on that big Saturday Game 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's rough. Can you imagine? Well, that was like, didn't what's his face last night? Didn't Cooper say something like about the officiating? I think I missed it, but he said something where it's like, like the refs are just trying to like get this to 7 games or something or whatever. Like they're in favor of Florida or something like that. I don't know. I missed what he said, but yeah, a lot of the officiating taking the heat though in this playoffs. Like, I think we all expected it kind of, but still not to this degree. As Keefe is now mad too for whatever reason.
I've watched this replay 3 times, and I do not see how any way that Steve Kazari could decide that Toronto comes out with the man advantage after this.
I completely agree. On a neutral field here, I agree. I don't understand why you have 3 players in the box, 2 in Boston, and why the Leafs end up with a power play here. I don't get it here. Leafs are 0 for 2 on the power play, though. 22 seconds left to go here in the second. They still never showed what the penalty was here against the Bruins. I don't know, Ace, if you saw it maybe, or I haven't seen anything yet.
Charlie Coyle got 2, and Brad Marchand's in the box as well. So
as I can maybe see here, yeah, I guess they're not showing it here. Anyway, that's okay. And now Nylander all of a sudden, no scoring here after 2, and Nylander all of a sudden upset. And we are going to the third period, all tied at 1. Chance to end the series, chance to see this go to game 6. Lots of time left here in this one as we go into the third period. Lauren's probably stressed out. And Ace, you look like you're doing okay.
This is fun.
This is great. There we go. I was going to say, there we go. I can only see half of Lauren's face. There we go. Perfect. Any parting thoughts here heading into the second intermission here before we head to the third? And we'll take another break.
Go ahead, Lauren.
Thank you. They need to want it more, and I think that fight at the end might, spark a little something in them. They need better shots. Throwing it at the net is great. Perfect. But Wall's not cold anymore, so.
Okay. Ace, what do you think?
It's a better period, in my opinion. Bruins had more offensively going on. I don't want to be the guy that complains about the refs, so I'm going to take the high road here. Bruins have a big kill to come out here in the third. Kill the penalty, win the third, win the series. That's really all I've got to say. Got him right where we want him. This is fine.
It's safe to say maybe that Boston, this isn't their best game of the series so far, considering their offense just hasn't really been there. And you can really take advantage of this team without Matthews. Wool actually playing very well tonight. Swayman actually playing pretty well too as well. Both goalies kind of matching up here. But we have a potential series decider here going to the third period as still tied at 1 here. Are we going to game 6? Is the series over? Do we have an early matchup already in round 2? All that and more, and we're going to find out after we take a quick 3-minute break. Currently tied 1-1 heading into the second intermission. We will see everybody back here in 3 minutes right after a word from our sponsors. How we all doing? Doing okay? We surviving? I can only see half of Lauren's face again, but that's okay. Or wait, maybe I can switch it. Nope. Oh wait, no wait, I can drag it. Aha. Oh here, how about I take a turn? I'll be on the bottom. There we go. I'll be on the bottom. I'll let you guys have it. We are back here, second intermission here, 1-1 game 5 here in potential series clincher for the Bruins. The Leafs trying to force game 6 though as well. And an update as well too. The Islanders have made it a 1-goal game here. Brock Nelson scores 12 minutes to go there in the second as the Hurricanes now only lead again by 1 as Jared is back with us. Hello guys, at this crazy Bruins game right now. If I'm not mistaken, he's 5 rows up behind the Boston bench, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jared. Maybe he's somewhere else, but he's in the building. I think he's been in the building for the last couple home games already for the playoffs. So hopefully he's having a good time there. Connor checking in. What's going on? I hope you know we're not going to be talking Canucks tonight. Just going to leave it at that. You can do that.
Connor, we can talk Canucks if you want.
I will kick Lauren out again. And Jared is behind the Bruins bench tonight, so be on the lookout for him. We're not talking Canucks tonight.
He's
We're
coaching?
not going to do that. Yeah, he's actually he's the guy who does the door.
Good for you, Jared.
Yeah. Jared's he doesn't get paid. He does charity work for the Bruins. There you go. He gives moral support. But Jared does ask, and I'll let you kind of take the reins though first. Overall thoughts, how we're feeling going into the third, superstitions creeping back in. Got some articles popped up. What do you think?
Yeah. It's been fine. It's kind of how I expected them to be in comparison to a Leafs team fighting for their lives. I definitely expected the Leafs to have a little bit of an upper hand considering that need to, win to move on or get to, game 6, whatever. But I think they just have to be better. Like any jitters, my jitters are gone, their jitters should be gone. Like they just seem like they're playing a little bit nervous too, which is really odd for a team that's up, like they are. But yeah, I think it's been a fine game. It hasn't been anything that I'm like upset about. Swayman's been fine. They've had a very few chances to actually score. They need to produce more offensively. Would like to see Pastrnak do a little bit more, if he's not really hurt, I guess. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'd like to see more from Pastrnak too, especially from that top line. Kind of saw a lot of that fourth line really playing there in the second period, really showing out here. Ace has a Zdeno Chara jersey on. No, is it? No. Oh, Charlie McAvoy. Interesting. Okay, and we're switching it up a little bit going into the third period. Jared wanted our thoughts on this game so far. Ace, I'll pass it off to you. What are your overall thoughts heading into the third and overall in this game?
Too tentative from the Boston Bruins. The Leafs are doing what they need to do to potentially extend this series. They're running into a hot goaltender, and it's got to be frustrating for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But the message in that Toronto locker room right now is keep doing what we're doing. It will come. We're doing the right things here. Boston, Jim Montgomery, once again, has got to be in there. Maybe he's not even going in there. Maybe he's leaving it to Brad Marchand and Charlie McAvoy and Charlie Coyle and Hampus Lindholm, this leadership core. Guys, we have a tied game going into the third with a chance to put them away. We're not doing well enough right now. We're on the PK to start the third period. Whether we deserve to be there or not right now, that's a story for another time. Let's go out there, kill the penalty, and get back to our game and do what's worked for us for the entire series so far. So I think that this game is still in a place where the Boston Bruins could easily come out in the third period, get a couple quick goals, and the series is put away, and they can, rest a week until the second round starts. But as of right now, I think that the Leafs has it right where they were looking for it to be. And, frankly speaking, without Austin Matthews, this is a pretty good effort from a Leafs club that's, trying to stave off elimination. On another note, shout out to Jack Edwards, who this very well may be his last game calling as a play-by-play announcer for the Boston Bruins if the Bruins are able to pull off a win tonight. And he's going out on his terms. I don't know if you're paying attention to social media, but you've got him as the Bruins are leaving the ice at the end of the second period, as Steve Kazari called that penalty to put the Boston Bruins shorthanded. Charlie McAvoy, my boy right here, is trying to get an answer from Steve Kazari as to why are the Boston Bruins shorthanded. And Jack Edwards proceeds to call Steve Kazari a coward as he's the first official to leave the ice. So Jack Edwards is doing Jack Edwards things, and I love it.
McAvoy is seeking explanation from Steve Kazari, and Kazari is the first official to exit the ice. Coward, quote unquote, Jack Edwards. That's awesome. And you know what? You're right. He really is going out on his own terms. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I agree. I think we haven't given enough credit to, Toronto tonight, who just doesn't want to roll over and die here, especially without their top goal scorer, Matthews, being in the lineup. I got to give credit. This is a really good effort from this Leafs team. I think this D-core has kind of stepped up a little bit. I think Joseph Woll has kind of fit in very fine with this team. They're playing very well defensively. They're having a really good defensive game in the sense that they're taking it out really quickly. They're not letting the Bruins kind of set up here. They're not giving those quality shots on net outside of the one with Frederick earlier on in the game. So you got to give a lot of credit to the Leafs early on in this one. And then on the other side of the coin, I mean, for Boston, you kind of just expect a little bit more, right, from a team that should have maybe more urgency than this other team, knowing that they have this golden opportunity in front of them to try to end this thing. And, it just hasn't really shown its full force tonight. And, you still got lots of time. You still have a whole third period to go out there and, set the tone. The next goal is going to be probably decide which way the series really is going to go. And, we're going to find out real quick which team's going to be more urgent, and it might ultimately come down to who's going to make the big first mistake here in this third period. It might come off of this power play already, and we might have seen that already at the end of the second period, and maybe Jack Edwards is right in that regard. So that's my 2 cents on it. But we got an exciting third period coming our way here. As Connor's saying, for crying out loud, Lauren, I will minimize my Canucks talk for Kyle, but what say you and I babysit him for tonight? I will block you if I have to, and I will just put Lauren in this so-called penalty box for 2 minutes. How's that sound? Jared is wearing my Mark Recchi jersey tonight, and we're playing the Panthers if we win. Indeed. Mark Recchi, actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he went to my high school. But anyway, that's here nor there. I could be totally wrong. Well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Won't Edwards continue as long as Boston remain in the playoffs? Yeah, I was going to actually ask about that. Is the feed done for NESN after the series, or what's going on?
Yeah. So the local broadcast ends at the end of the first period, or the end of the first series. So the national TV takes over everything after the first round.
And like your podcast who just mentioned, no second round and on national TV. That's kind of not great. Will he still do a radio broadcast of the game, or really? Huh. Okay.
No, he doesn't do anything.
Not even all the way back in 2019, when they were in the final, they just had, it was all nationally. Well, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, hey, for a lot of us a lot of fans who weren't living in Boston, who kind of saw Edwards from an outsider's perspective, that was the slowest penalty shot I've ever seen from Kuznetsov.
That's what I was telling you.
He was moving like a friggin' lawnmower out there. He was so slow.
He does that in the shootout every time too.
It's hilarious when he does that. But yeah, I gotta give him credit. He had a sensational career. He clearly got loved in the Boston community, and clearly got hated in other communities. But it's probably one of the reasons why it made him so great, right? And for just his personality and the way he is, and you got to tip your cap to him on having a pretty successful career. And also too, as well, I know it kind of happened a couple of days ago, but shout out to Bob Cole, who unfortunately passed away at 90. I know you guys don't probably have a Bob Cole or in the Canadian market here, but that was my childhood, growing up and listening to Bob Cole, late 2000s, early 2000s or whatever, Saturday Night Hockey just being the thing. It was just sensational to watch. So huge shout out to Bob Cole, and rest in peace, man. Good to have it. He had a great career. Yeah, great career for him. Jared saying this Vegas and Dallas series is crazy right now. I'm shocked that Dallas actually, yeah, I don't know. I am kind of shocked that it's 2-2. I think everybody was shocked when Vegas went up 2-0 here. How do you think that series ends?
I think Dallas takes it.
Okay. I think it goes 7.
I'm hoping Dallas.
Yeah, I think it goes 7 games at least.
Yeah.
I hope this series goes 7 games, just to make you guys a little bit more worried. Where are we? Not happening. What scale of 1 to 10? Where are we at here in terms of nerves? Where are we at?
4.
Like a 6.5.
Okay. Might
maybe
go
a
up
7, maybe an 8.
When the puck
possibly
drops,
an
all of
11.
a sudden.
If the Leafs score in the third period, that my answer will change.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
If
are
they score,
your?
I'm putting myself in the penalty box.
Oh no! You're staying out here. This is entertainment. You're staying out here for this.
My pain.
Yeah, we've all gone through it. Neil went through it last year with his Devils, and he had to sit through that
I know.
Hurricane series. So he's gone through some long suffering times, and I give him credit because he's a really good commentator. So if you
really
get a chance,
I was
you
very
guys should do
surprised.
one. Neil is, he's so good at doing commentating. I give him so much credit. He'll be doing a lot more of these live watch-alongs. So if you guys get a chance, I'll try to convince him to do a Bruins game. We did one game actually earlier on in the series, and if you guys get a chance, Neil, you should do it with Neil. He's a great guy. So, and maybe even next season when they play the Devils. There you go. Little shout out to Neil. Connor's saying, I watched Ben Clouder, a Vegas player, in the game yesterday. In just 1 second, they were turned upside down. Was that the case? I didn't really see much of the highlights of that game yesterday.
It was right on the heels of Logan Stankoven getting run over. Like immediately after Stankoven got run over, he's flying through the air, and then Jamie Benn hits the guy that hit Stankoven. And if I remember right, I don't remember which player it was that hit Stankoven. It was a big defenseman for Vegas, and then Ben just made him look just as silly. And yeah, that was like it was playoff hockey encapsulated. I love that.
Wow. And Jamie Benn's just that type of player. That's just who he is, right? Boston is busy tonight. Bruins are home and the Red Sox are home, so Boston is crazy right now. What's it like on a night where during the season, if it ever happens, like actually, yeah, no, it still could happen right now. Like let's just say, well, no, actually, it doesn't happen because the Celtics play at TD Garden. But anyway, playoff game and the Red Sox are at home. Is it pretty busy usually on those kind of nights? Like what's the vibes around that?
Like the best example of that would be like Marathon Monday when the Bruins are, whether they're starting their first round opponent or they're in the twilight of their regular season campaign. You could easily have, the Boston Marathon in the morning, which is a big deal here in Boston. Right. Everybody leaves the marathon, they go to the Red Sox game and they start drinking. And then you go to the TD Garden for the evening and you're already pretty lit. And you watch a Bruins hockey game.
It's still going.
Yeah. Everybody loves their sports here in Boston. We're a pro sports market. It's, if you want to relate when you go to work at the water cooler talk, you got to know your sports.
It's true. We are, it's a ultimate franchise, the original six too, right? For speaking of hockey. Speaking of hockey, though, we are back here, third period here. Leafs, again, are on the power play here. I have no idea what the penalty was for, by the way. No idea. So if you guys can help me out, that'd be great. I'm not sure. Again, a minute left to go here on this power play. Leafs already basically set up here in the Bruins zone. They're going to get a chance here. Riley, what a save by Swayman, and he gets it away. They might get one more opportunity here as Wall comes out as the Bruins make a quick change here. Riley coming back the other way, and he goes right into the neutral zone to try and set up, and they do. Never mind, they don't. Puck goes right out, back to the neutral zone. Leafs try to set up for at least one more chance here on this power play. You guys nervous about this Leafs power play or no? Probably not.
TK's been good.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay. Lauren, I'll let you go through your thing. Don't even worry about it. Whatever helps you guys get through this, I will support it. Neil is the loudest, I might add, but I love him. He is very loud. He's a loud human being. But it's only when they score. You just have to cover your ears. Oh, that's awesome. Connor, why would Keefe admit so much crap about his team's effort in the press conference? Did he even watch the game? What about the press performance made him say these things? I'll kind of speak on that. I'll let you guys kind of tune into the game a little bit. Yeah, I mean, Keefe's always been like that. And, with his guys, he always preaches the effort here. And I don't know. I mean, he's on the hot seat, right? If this series does not go the way the Leafs it's supposed to go here, and it does end tonight, I think Leaf Nation can attest to say that he's probably gone. Wouldn't surprise me, but he's always been like that all year. I mean, he was kind of saying the same thing whenever David Ayers stole that game for all the way back before the pandemic, and he just stepped in and he was basically saying the same thing at the press conference. Well, our guys gave the best effort we could, and yada yada yada, and it's kind of getting the same old stuff from Keefe. So I think they need a new voice in there soon. And Regardless, whenever the Leafs decide to bow out, whether it be here or in the next series if they come back, I imagine still Keefe finds a way out and they need a new voice in that locker room.
Well, I do find it slightly ironic because you've got Sheldon Keefe saying it's not about the effort level and blah, 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 blah. And then you have Morgan Riley post-game last game saying it's on us. It's on our effort and execution. And you have a player directly contradicting what the coach just said in a post-game. Like, I don't know what's going on in that locker room. And, you know, the Bruins have to take advantage here while you have a locker room in that level of disarray.
You need to, because you don't want to go. You do not want to go back, especially being, you don't want to lose this opportunity, right? And you might hear it the next morning if they don't find a way here. But good chances they're late there. Only 12 shots on goal here this entire game, but still a 1-1 game here. Lots of time left here in the third as we're about almost 5 minutes in here. Bruins setting right back up here, throw it right back on Joseph Woll, who manages to save that one pretty easily. Do you think the Bruins and Leafs series will go 7 games? Let's talk about that a little bit later. Let's focus on the game first. We'll let you guys go through it. Let's just see how it goes.
I don't trust a guy named Bruins fan.
I have it going to 7.
Okay. I had it in 5, believe it or not. I had the Bruins in 5. So
wow, you believe more than me?
I do. I think the Leafs are complete and total frauds, and it's kind of showed this series. Connor's saying he has to know his job's on the line. All he's doing is digging his grave deeper, and let's be honest, because Leafs fans aren't interested in positives, even when there are none. Yeah, I mean, you gotta wonder. Like, I think for Leafs fans, they were harping on it in the last game too when they brought out that fourth line, 3 minutes left to go in the game, and you need to find goals, and there's no need to have that fourth line there as Ace just trying to find chance in front. No, he can't bury it. Ace all losing it there on that end. Can't believe they didn't bury it. I'm sure Lauren was losing it too on the inside, but that's okay. Good chance, though, right in front of the net as Woll stands tall. Man. It was close. It was really close. Jared saying, I thought Winnipeg would kept the series interesting against the Avs. It still can be. It's not over. It's not over, and I agree. I thought it'd be 2-2 at least going into game 5, but it's not over yet. Got to claw your way back somehow.
Oh,
approaching.
God.
Not a good sign here from Ace here. Coyle's going to get a chance here, trying to find a man in front just to the side of the net. Can't find a way to finish it. Marchand had a golden opportunity, and he hits wide.
Much better start to this period than what we've had in the other ones, though. We're getting our chances.
Yeah, it's like the game. Was it just me, or is the game finally picked up a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, took you 40 minutes. Took you 40 minutes, but we're finally here.
It's like basketball. It's the only time that really matters, huh?
Yeah, I don't watch basketball.
Me either. I'm right there with you.
For that reason.
Yeah, it's a tough watch. Not gonna lie.
I'm extra surprised about the Avs, Jets series, because kind of like Dallas, I thought that the Avalanche, or not the Avs, the Jets were a very well organized two-way team that really prided itself on the defensive side of things. You have a Vezina, winner in the past, and a Vezina, I think he's nominated this year, and Connor Hellebuck. And he just hasn't looked like himself. And the Jets themselves have not looked like themselves. And even going into the end of the regular season, I think the Jets beat the Avalanche twice in a rather, I don't want to say easy, but like rather handily twice. So to see them kind of implode so far, I mean, obviously the series isn't done yet. There's a very good chance that the Jets could come back. But seeing what they've done so far to start this season, they've just let the Avalanche play their run and gun style. They've just conformed to that, and they got lucky in game 1 to win that style of game, as far as I'm concerned. On the back of Kyle Connor and the rest of that team, it's not sustainable for that team, and they've got to get back to what is a winning Winnipeg Jets style if they want to make this a 7-game series.
And to that point, their style, I said it before the series started, is that if the Jets find a way to play their style, which means that they slow the game down, they set it up good 5-on-5, play the perimeter, then you're going to have a successful Winnipeg Jets team, and they can control the puck. But what's happening here, and what the Avalanche are so good at, is they're playing off the rush really well, and they play it really fast. So you got to give them a lot of credit, and some of their big dogs, including Cale Makar, who really showed out there in the last game. So. Anyway, back to the game here. 13 minutes to go here. A lot of pressure, shift time. All of a sudden for the Leafs, they cannot find a way to get out here. Approaching 2 minutes. Chance in front. Can't find a way to put it through his Pasternak. Still out there. Over 2 minutes of ice time for some of these Leafs players, and they're finally going to get it out here. Try to dump it down is David Kampf. And he does as the whistle goes.
Oh.
Is it a penalty? Is it something wrong?
No, Joseph Wall lost his blade in his skate, and they're calling it dead for some reason. And as a Bruins fan, I'm extra angry about this because you've got Tuukka Rask a few seasons back who loses the blade in his skate and gets scored on, and he literally brandishes the blade to the camera, and they didn't blow it dead. But now because Joseph Wall somehow doesn't have a blade in his skate, they're going to blow the play dead? Unbelievable.
I mean, they fixed the mistake and they called it this time?
No, there is no mistake. You're supposed to wait until your team has possession. Bruins have possession going the other way, and they blow it dead.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, at least they called it, though, this time still. I'm still harping on that.
It did give us, like, the best reaction picture ever, though.
Oh, my God, it's so good.
Oh, it's such a good one. Like, where he's holding it like this.
Yeah.
He looks so mad. He's so funny.
He's holding it like a wand from Harry Potter.
Jared's saying Wool lost a blade here. Jared, maybe you know better than any of us here because you're literally at the game. Curious to know what the atmosphere is like there right now. Is it pretty quiet? Is it uplifting here a little bit? Like, I'm curious to see what the reactions are around the stadium or how it's going. What are the vibes there right now? I sound like I should not be saying that word. I'm not old, but I feel like I'm getting to that point where it's like I'm saying some of these things and I'm like, I don't know if I'm allowed to because I'm old. Okay, well, I'm not old, all right? Still in my 20s.
Do you think that they're all rizzed up, Jared?
Good point. He's saying it's a little bit of both here, wild and quiet. But maybe rizzed up's a better question maybe to ask. So it's good mix of both here. Interesting. And we kind of saw that too, like early on in the first year. I have no idea why Lauren's laughing, but we'll leave it at that. But like I kind of saw like early on in the first, like there was a section of fans that were like had their towels going, and the other ones that were just like sitting nervously waiting.
That's me.
No, you're just kind of sitting there just like this, holding, like gripping your hands really tight, like edge of your seat. You gotta love it. All right, so Wool's got his blade back. Everybody's happy. And we are back here. Shots are 24-14 with 13 and a half to go here. A .944 save percentage in the 2024 playoffs so far for the Boston Bruins. That leads the NHL so far. It just tells you and goes to show you how good Jeremy Swayman has really been. Jared saying he's sitting next to someone who said F you to the Leafs. So, yeah.
They don't say that at TD Garden. We are all really polite, kind individuals.
What do you mean? You're crazy.
We don't swear.
Yeah. You guys are polite.
Yeah.
You're like a Canadian.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Good old-fashioned Canadian. Under 13 minutes to go, and it's...
Jared, I'm a drunk. Be careful with those drunks comments. Like, come on.
I've had one. I also got this old mug from a thrift store. Remember the... do you remember the commercial? Dilly Dilly?
I do remember Dilly Dilly, yeah.
Yeah. Dilly Dilly. That was a good one.
I have a kegerator in my man cave, so I got to be cave myself.
Do you really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, party at Jared's house, or Jesus, Jared. Party at Ace's house coming up. Sorry, we have Jared Incorporated here, just mixing everything up here.
I've been called worse things.
I Do I want to know?
Come on.
Busy, but the atmosphere is awesome. That's always a good sign here, and it should be in a playoff game. McAvoy gets a chance here, goes around the neck here. Nyes loses his stick. They're trying to get it. Nope, puck stopped there by Woll, picked up by Brad Marchand again. Tripped down, maybe. Man, they're just tying up Marchand here. Things are getting a little chippy here. Now Holmberg is getting chippy there. And now they're calling it all of a sudden. The ref takes down Brad Marchand.
He's sending Brad.
Is he sending Brad? And Holmberg's going to go too. They're going to send both of them here. And
that's what Sheldon Keefe did. Sheldon Keefe just got that call for the Leafs after what he did a few games back, complaining about what Brad Marchand was doing. He just got a penalty call.
Okay, let's see here. Marchand kind of held him down a little bit. Holmberg goes back on him. They regroup again here. Marchand just slips and falls, gets up.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm surprised, Holmberg. Yeah, why is Marchand in the box? That makes no sense.
Then you have the linesman taking out Brad Marchand.
That was funny. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie game here in Carolina. The Islanders have scored.
My God.
Cizikas, scores 3-3, tied up in that one. Hopefully Grant's having a good time over there. Ace, I can picture the perfect way to troll Marchand. Throw a ton of mouse traps onto the ice.
It takes more than a mouse trap to hold back Brad Marchand. You're going to need a rat trap, my dude.
You got it. Game's getting really chippy and physical right now. Brad is in the box for roughing. We're going to play 4-on-4 here. Holmberg also in the box there for roughing as well. Honestly, from an outsider, I'm really surprised that Marchand's in the box. It seemed like Holmberg had it all tied up there, and I don't understand why the Bruins are not on a power play here. It's a little surprising.
Sheldon Keefe worked the refs. That's what it is.
Paid him off. That's what. Yep. There you go.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, he
slipped
put a
him
magnifying. Ooh, put a magnifying glass on Brad Marchand, and that extra level of scrutiny now has obviously paid dividends for the Leafs.
For sure.
Ref, you suck. Rains down from the crowd at TD Garden, and I'm inclined to agree.
I feel like, man, then Lauren's just sitting there. Just still.
Yeah, Lawrence, like Ace is bitching about the refs again, probably. She sees me.
I'm like, I'll let him go. Go. Please do your thing.
She's like, who are these idiots? Like, why am I here?
Who are these guys, man?
I love 4-on-4 though. Opens up the ice a little bit more for another minute here. Bruins with most of the possession here, 4-on-4 here. Trying to find a way up here. Okay, guys, you can probably move it out of your own zone here. Let's go. There we go.
It's scary to do that.
Well, the blue line's very scary. It can be scary sometimes. I've tripped over it.
Yeah.
See, we've all tripped on it.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Jared saying my next
my
game
God.
Providence Bruins playoff game. Coyle's going to get a chance here. Another shot up. Wall goes off the bar. Boyle shot right off the bar. Good chance there for the Bruins. They can't find a way through. Back the other way here. Shot on goal. McCabe shot goes wide. Trying to keep it in, and they do. Still fighting on the boards here. Picking it back up here. Yarncroke with it behind the net. About 5 seconds left to go here. 4-on-4. Marner's going to get a chance here. Going all the way around here. Blocked on DeBrusk. Marner a chance. He's trying to go wide. Shot there. Fanned on it. Goes back the other way. And the 5-on-5 is back here. Bruins are going to get a chance here. DeBrusk, it looks like, shot, stopped, and covered by Joseph Woll. Ooh.
I hear my parents are, in fact, watching this game because I hear my dad screaming, "Go!"
Skate!
Yeah, he's very much a skate guy.
What's the Stephen A. Smith thing from First Take? Do that hockey.
Let's do that.
Let's do that hockey.
My dad was the kind of guy who would like post up behind me and like cross his arms and just
okay.
Yeah, that was like the scariest part of my life.
Like puffs up his chest and then you're just like, Are you gonna like what's going on here? Are you mad?
I'm like, please don't judge me. I'm trying my best.
Was he a big judger when you played goalie?
Yeah. despite the fact that he's not really a big hockey guy, so he's kind of just like, you let in a goal.
How could you?
Wow.
You're not
How
eating dinner
dare you.
tonight.
My mom was one of the cowbell ladies in the crowd.
Oh, she was.
Every
one of
time I made a
those.
save, the cowbell went ding 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 ding. Yeah,
That was my grandma.
nice.
It'll be like a shot from the center ice, and then you just like push it aside. Ding 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 ding.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I made sure I would look at the ref and be like, "That's a shot on goal. Make sure that gets in the box score."
Hasten Lauren for clarity. Kyle doesn't want to wake anyone up. He sounds like he's trying to make a game of golf exciting. Well, if you've played golf before, it is very exciting because I've been playing it for the last 20 years. So, and you know what? I'm just respectful. That's the way I look at it.
I can't
Right.
golf. I cannot
I
make
mean-
contact with the ball.
That's okay. This is why we play mini putt, though. When
Oh,
you do like the loops, right? Like the loop.
yeah, well, I'm still not very good at that either.
And then like when they do it on 18, where they have like a wall up in front of you, and you can only get the ball under, and you like have to. It's like giving it back to the pro shop, and there's like water all around, and then like if it goes in the water, you're like, well,
Oh,
that's
if
the end
there's
of that.
water around, I'm done.
There's no shot. Like where
No,
it's
I'm-
really skinny. Yeah.
I'm basically winding up for a slap shot at that point. No, it's not happening.
Hitting someone, taking their eye out.
Yeah. I end up in the plants.
I played golf in Florida a couple of years ago because my uncle's from there, and he literally told me, he's like, if a ball goes near the water, don't even bother, because the nice big old crocodiles are right there. Not fun. Back to the game here, though. 8 minutes left here in the third. Holmberg had a good chance, though, running into the brick wall of what was Charlie McAvoy there in the boards. Losing it going back the other way here. Leafs pick it back up at center ice. McAvoy with it again. A little battle here with the neutral zone, trying to see who gets it here. Going back in the Leaf zone here. Right behind for Maroon. Picked up by Riley, going back the other way here. Riley skates up past center ice and dumps it back in. Can't get it all the way down, though. Bruins trying to go the other way. Off of McAvoy's foot, back down the ice here. Oh, Lauren sees something here. No, shot goes wide. McAvoy trying to bring it back in again here. Bruins setting up here with 7 minutes to go here in game 5.
Oh my god!
Gonna be a chance here. Goes in front. Chance. Saved by Joseph Wall. Rebound in front. Scramble in front. And he's gonna cover it up here. What a save by Joseph Wall. Oh my goodness. He is keeping the Leafs season alive here in this third period. 7 minutes left, and the Bruins cannot find a way past Wall yet again here.
Oh my god!
As he sticks the pad out right there. Great save by Joseph Wall. And the game remains 1-1. Ooh.
Best period of the game so far for the Bees. Keep it going.
It's been a good period. You got to give him credit. It's been good, but Wall's just been matching that. So got to give him a lot of credit. Guys, 7 minutes left here in the third. Game 6? Or are we done with this series tonight? As Jared quickly mentions
fine.
here, he couldn't lift the puck. Yeah, it's fine. Keep the tally up. Listen, we're going to wake up tomorrow, Lauren. It's going to be okay.
Will
As a
we?
human being to another human being, it's going to be okay.
Listen,
I can
you can't
promise
say
that.
anything to me after the other night, okay?
What happened the
You
other night?
hijacking our stream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did that. I totally did that. Well, I'm allowed to. So there. I can do it whenever I want. Hey, you can do it too if you want. I mean, yeah, you could actually. Just go into StreamYard and hop in any game you want. I encourage that.
Grace does all that stuff. I just get sent a link and I say, okay.
I'm in. Well, then in that case, Grace can do it more. Because it's basically the same thing where you just go in and see, I have all the controls here and you don't. I know that. Just like so. It's fun. So the
If I
nervous.
wasn't being so family friendly right now.
I know we're trying to keep it PG. I've slipped up a couple of times, but trying to keep it PG. As Ace needed another beer, I think. Okay, good. I love that. What do we got here? Jared, to Lauren and Ace, best food at the Bruins hockey game. Ooh.
I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat too much. But
Okay,
the
best
pizza's pretty
drink.
good.
Oh, pizza,
Best
good choice.
drink?
Okay.
I don't know. It's also expensive. I'll usually just get like a Truly or something, nothing crazy, and then
Nice.
cry about how much it was later.
Mm-hmm.
You look at your bank account and you're like, well, I just did that.
Yep.
Ace, what do you think? Best food.
So I usually don't eat at the Garden because, like Lauren said, it's so damn expensive. So I usually go out and I grab, there's a brewery called Night Shift Brewing right outside the
Okay.
Garden, and I grab one of their Detroit style pizzas there, and I'll have a few drinks before the game.
Good.
Oh yeah, so it's very good, and that's what I do. And if I'm
Detroit
really
style pizza.
starving, I'll grab like chicken tenders or something at the Garden, and then I'll hate
Oh,
myself
you can't.
afterwards.
You can't beat that. Yeah, I know. And then afterwards, you're like, why did I do that? It won't beat at a Leaf game. I heard from my cousin. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. 2 beers, like those little plastic cups, whatever, like the regular cups that you get. If you had to guess, I know it's in Canadian. If you had to guess how much 2 beers were at a Leaf game, what would you say?
So are they pints or?
They're like a little smaller maybe than this glass, like the regular like plastic cup size.
Okay. $24 Canadian.
Okay. Lauren, do you have a guess?
Like 28.
$36 for 2 of them. Yeah, it's bad. It's pretty bad.
I went to a game and me and my buddy were there, and we got the like extra large Bud Lights, like not the normal pounders, but like the double pints.
I've seen those.
$48 for 2 beers.
Oh my god, that's a nightmare.
US dollars.
So in Canadian, that's like close to $60.
That's like $100 Canadian. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no thanks.
Those
I'll
Monopoly
drink
dollars
water.
over there.
I'll drink water.
They'll probably charge you for that too at TD Garden.
I was at a Canucks game, and I think I told this before. Maybe Connor was on or not, but I was at a game in November in Vancouver, and I remember getting a beer. Okay, well, it was stupid because I got a beer there, and I think it was fine. It was like $10. I can't remember from where, Connor, so I apologize. It was this massive bar area, like outside of our seating. Anyway, so like I come back, right? I only usually get one if I ever go to a game, but I come back and like national anthems can be playing, right? So I'm like, okay, I got to take the hat off. I got to put the beer down. It's done. My foot kicked the beer, and like half of it spilled.
I had a beer spilled on me when I was like
Ooh.
16. That was a bad experience.
Then you're like, I gotta shower right away.
It was like it was in the third period, so I didn't have to sit through the entire game, but like still disgusting. I was also like,
I was gonna ask, like, was it a big spill or was it just like one of those like,
medium spillage, I'd say.
Ooh. Still, that's not fun.
Oh no, I smelled so bad. I was so upset.
People are probably like walking by you too, like, why does she smell like a Guinness right
This 16-year-old girl.
Can we have her ID'd?
Yeah.
Jared, sorry, I meant to bring this up though. He's loving the energy right now. Looks like it's picked up a little bit too here, getting back into the game here, 5 minutes to go. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's picked up a little bit because the Bruins have been applying a lot of pressure here in the third. Ooh, here we go. 5 minutes left here in this one. Pasternak trying to find a way in front. No, excuse me, it's Geeky out in front. Trying to kick it out. He can't do it. McAvoy keeps it in though. Leafs find a way to get it back out, and they do. Kampf now all of a sudden goes right up, and it looks like Yarncroke just falls. Gets it right down to the ice here. Bruins pick it up here. Good hit along the boards, and they break out the other way here. Bruins all the way up here to Charlie Coyle. Coyle with it again, though. Puts on the brakes. Letting everybody try and come in here. Good spin move again by Coyle. Tries to dump it in. He can, and they'll go the other way. It's going to be 2-on-1 here. Domi going 2-on-1 with a chance. Domi across. What a save by Jeremy Swayman. Tyler Bertuzzi with a chance. And it's Jeremy Swayman who comes up big on this one. 5:05 to go.
Charlie Coyle has to make a better play there. Has to make a better play.
He does. He held on to the puck for too long. You got to be able to establish something there when you're already down there. Bad chance goes the other way. 2-on-1. Good scoring opportunity for the Leafs. Great pass though by Domi. I love those ones that go off the ice. The little saucer pass. Good pass. I got to give him credit. That was a good one.
I don't like giving him credit for anything.
I will do that because I'm nice.
Domi's not.
Yeah, he's okay. His dad was a bit of a snob. He might still be. Anyway, under 5 minutes to go here. Shot department picking back up here, though, a little bit, which is nice to see. I'm a little afraid this goes to overtime and that I will not survive it because I'm exhausted. 4 minutes to go. Here, let's see what Jared says here, though. Do you guys agree stay with Jeremy for the rest of the playoffs?
No.
No.
Well, okay. All right. Well, I'll just shut up then. All right.
The only
I
reason
guess
why
the Bruins
Swayman,
fans say no.
the only reason why Swayman is playing right now is because he's absolutely taken a hold of this series, and he's been doing a great job. But the one of the rare strengths the Bruins have over, if they are able to punch their ticket tonight, which is still very much an asterisk, is they probably have the best tandem out of any team left. And
Agreed.
you've got to go back to Linus Ullmark because Linus has, as Lauren mentioned earlier, really good stats against the Florida Panthers. So put the rotation back in until you have a player like Linus Ullmark or Jeremy Swayman that makes it a no-brainer. You know, Jeremy Swayman made it a no-brainer in this series. New series, new season, back to square one. Prove it.
I like it. You want to see who gets the hot hand, though, right? I mean, take some time off a little bit. We'll see if they can finish it off here tonight, but that's the big thing, and you said it, Ace, is that they need to find a way to finish this off tonight because they don't want to go back to Toronto for Game 6. As puck was called for icing, we go back the other way here with 3:46 to go. Next goal is going to determine it, folks. It is getting to that time here. Next goal is more than likely going to determine this, whether we go back to Toronto for Game 6 or is this series over? The drama builds. Do you like that suspense? All right, just building that up for everybody. No? All right.
I hate overtime. I'll tell you that.
Okay, thank you. But overtime's fun. It's
as a neutral fan, it's great.
As a neutral fan, I can say when Calgary was in Game 7 2 years ago against Dallas, that was not a fun time being in overtime. At least cycling around here, Marner's going to get a chance blocked wide and trying to find a way out. The Bruins will break out here, and they do. It's going to be a 3-on-2 coming the other way here. It's going to be Brazeau. Brazeau with it. Trying to find a way across. Marner swipes it away, and the Leafs get it out.
Just got to play more simple.
Yeah,
you got to pass. It's covered there.
Nope.
Take a shot there, Brazeau.
It feels like one turnover here is going to be really, really costly here. We kind of saw it earlier from Charlie Coyle, man. Provided that 2-on-1, had a good chance. But the Leafs here are hanging in here. Really, it's been a goaltending matchup tonight. It's been Woll, it's been Swayman, who have been really the staples for this game tonight. In this one, under 3 minutes to go here, and man, I'm curious because I've done these before with. If you get a chance to meet a guy named Peter who sticks in the six Toronto Maple Leafs podcast, and he's probably the most super nice guy. He's probably the most critical Leaf fan I think I've met in a while. He was not happy after Game 4, as I've seen from his tweets. And even like we did Games 1 and 3, he's like, I don't know if I should be doing these anymore. I need to leave. So I'm giving him a pass. But Connor's saying it'll be an almost tragic way for Toronto to resume their yearly duties by not going back to R1, but we're not going back to round 1, but lose without any excitement. This is pretty exciting so far. I don't know about you, but I like it. It's exciting. Here, I will there you go. I'll go down here. I'm at a 7 out of 10 on the nervous scale. Ace, Lauren, how we feeling? Nervous scale?
I'm up to a 5.5 from the 4 I was at earlier.
So I love the specifics.
I'm going 8.5.
Ooh, okay, so it's climbing up here. It's climbing up. Next goal is going to be the game winner here. We got 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Approaching overtime, Swayman makes the save here. Covers up 2:03 to go. Be curious to see what the Leafs actually end up doing after when this is all said and done. Who stays and who goes, but a lot of decisions might need to be made. We are not talking off season. We are currently in the middle of game 5 here. We are not doing that. Okay, cool. Why do people have to message me now? I am live. I am kind of working, but also not working. That sounds great.
Someone DM'd me asking if I was alive because I wasn't tweeting.
Oh, are you usually pretty active tweeting throughout the games like you guys? I'll throw it to both. Yeah, okay.
Sometimes. I mean, a lot of the times, like especially on Saturdays, like I'll be working at the brewery, so I can't really live tweet. I'm a bartender, so
Makes sense.
But yeah, weeknights I try to be, but I just end up complaining about the officials and not talking about anything else because I'm too busy celebrating. So
makes sense. Meanwhile, Lauren's on there like friggin' like
some of my most like tweets are me complaining. So
people like it though. I think we can all say like with Steve Dangle and how he does it here. I mean, that's all of his videos. Whenever he blows up, right? Like that's just what gets the likes. So,
I make sure I tune in to every LFR after they lose to the Bruins.
They're always fun to watch. I love it. Lauren, was that Grace who tweeted you? What a true friend. I don't know what happened.
It wasn't it was not her. It was one of my other friends, Amelia, but
yeah.
I think Grace is on a plane right now. So I can only imagine how stressed she is right now.
Oh, that's gotta suck. If you're like
I did that on game 1.
Yeah.
Man, if you're a major sports fan though, I mean like game 1, you're probably okay, right? You're just starting the series, but yeah, that's gotta be tough for Grace.
I would not want to be sitting next to her on that plane right now because I think she figured out that she'd somehow get the game. So
it's like sitting there with the arm seats, like you're just gripping them tight, and the people beside you are like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay?
Like, can I get in front of you and like go to the bathroom? Like,
it's like no.
Okay, 10 seconds to go here in the third. And ladies and gentlemen, we have overtime in game 5 of this first round matchup between the Bruins and the Leafs. We will go to sudden death. Oh my goodness. Overtime it is. Absolutely. Jared, also, I'm imagining it's pretty tense there in the Garden as the Bruins have a chance to advance and the Leafs looking to force a game 6 back in Toronto. So, okay, let's take a breather here. They'll go to intermission. Unfortunately, you got to stay on with us a little bit longer. Hopefully it ends in the first overtime. We'll see how it goes. Let's get our thoughts going into overtime. And because we're nice people, let's give our predictions for goal scorers for the Leafs and the Bruins. Let's start with Ace.
Let's go Callie Yarncrook for the Leafs. And we will go Charlie McAvoy for the Boston Bruins.
Okay. Lauren, prediction?
I'm gonna go Zaka, and then Nylander.
I guess if I have to. I will go. I think Charlie Coyle's been around the net pretty good tonight. Had to hit a couple crossbars. I think he might find one here. And then for the Leafs, I feel like Bertuzzi's kind of been all around it too. So I'll go Bertuzzi and I'll go Charlie Coyle here as we'll take a breather. Let's take a break here.
Carolina just went ahead.
Ooh. 4-3 in that one. Already beat RJ to the punch. He's usually our scoreboard guy. So, all right, let's take a breather here. Let's come back in 3 minutes and let's get set for the biggest overtime in this series to this point. So we'll be back. And we are back for the biggest overtime in this series. Only 2 total goals have been scored tonight, and it's been pretty back and forth. Good goalies on both ends here as we are going to overtime here in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinal matchup here between the Leafs and the Bruins. What's at stake again here? Bruins win, they move on, they face Florida in round 2. Leafs win, they force a Game 6 on Thursday night, looking to force a Game 7 on Saturday. So with that, we had our predictions before the break. Overall thoughts so far. Got you guys on for a little bit longer here, if that's so fun. What do you guys think going into overtime?
I think that overtime is a completely different game now, especially for the Leafs, which scares me because it only takes one play. It's been such a good goalie battle. I would hate to see Swayman give up another one, but God forbid, it will be okay.
It's fine.
Telling myself that.
Yeah, it's fine. Ace, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know. Like at this point, like it's just toss of a coin, right? A flip of a coin. So 50% chance, hopefully it comes out on the right side. If not, I'm not worried. The Bruins play better in Toronto so far anyway. So we'll see how it goes. I think that based upon how the Boston Bruins played in the third period, they're in a good spot. I think that they're going to continue riding that momentum and they'll get the right result. But even if they don't, if the puck goes the other way, I didn't have the Bruins winning this series in 5. I had them winning in 6. So we'll see.
Okay. I have them in 5. So I'm hanging on to that tonight. I don't want to be that guy, but I remember specifically, I don't know if it was game 5 or not last year, but the play that probably haunts you guys a little bit is the Brad Marchand breakaway. And could have changed the series around. We know what happened. You're given the golden
could have
arms
changed
here.
the series around. He had a breakaway with like 5 seconds left in the third period. Tie.
That would have won it.
Ended
Yes.
the series.
That's right. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, that probably would have put the nail in the coffin. And you're getting that chance here again, man, in OT. I mean, it's not 5 seconds left in the third, but you're getting that chance here. But you want to kick this team while they're down, man. And it feels like the level of urgency just has to really start to show itself here in the third period, in the overtime period. And it kind of did in the third for the most part. But you got to give credit to the Leafs, man. They've really hung in tough. They played a really good game without Matthews. That top line has probably been its best line so far. I give them a lot of credit. I think Nylander's probably been one of their best players, if not the best. And it's going to be an exciting overtime period. So also, too, I think update Hurricanes now lead 5-3 in the third period, 15 minutes left to go. It was Drury and then Noesen. It was 4-3. Evidently made it 5-3 there. So the Hurricanes looking to wrap that series up there. Hey, wake up. Wake up. We still got overtime hockey. Let's go.
Not yet.
It's not bedtime.
It's bedtime.
We're staying
Intermission
up.
is
It's not
bedtime.
Okay. You go to bed. Me and Ace will. How about we all take turns? Like, I got a bed here. You got a bed there. Ace, I'm sure, has a bed close by too. Let's all take turns here. Let's take a 5-minute power nap, and we'll be ready. Sounds like a plan. Go team.
I don't know if I'll be ready.
I've never been on camera for an overtime in the playoffs. I got to be really cognizant of how I conduct myself here. Because I may or may not. You said you behave. You throw pillows and stuff.
I'm just gonna shut down.
Me? When I was a kid, I played a lot of video games. I had a hole in my wall with the shape of the Xbox controller. And I could still go and put my Xbox controller and place it in the hole in the drywall, and it would stay there. So I just left it there, and I told my mother it was an abstract art decoration.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I've grown up a little bit since then, but I still get a little angry at times.
You wonder if it passes off to your kids, too.
It does. It does. Listening to my 10-year-old playing Fortnite, it does. Oh.
You're like, enough. Don't do this.
Oh, my wife, she gives it to me, man. She's like, that's you. You need to fix this. I'm like, oh, no.
You stop it. You did this. So we've got Ace on one hand, who puts controllers in walls when he was younger, and Lauren, who apparently shuts down. So we got two opposite ends of the spectrum here. Oh, but
yeah, I can't say I'm a very violent person.
Okay.
Not violent.
Have you ever... Not violent. Okay, not violent. Have you ever done anything like violent, like rage, like at a video game or at a hockey game before? Nothing? No rage moment? Okay.
No.
Trying to think of one. Okay. All right.
I punched a girl once, but that was it.
Nice. Nice.
But she started it.
Oh, okay.
It was in college. I made like a glove save. She slashed my wrist. So I just
Ooh.
I didn't
with
get
the blocker, or just nice.
Yeah,
little...
the blocker.
Okay.
I was I wasn't even that mad about it though. It was just kind of instinct.
Did you get a penalty?
No.
Okay, so it's fine.
He
You're
saw her
good.
slash me, I think. Yeah.
We go from
I've only got one penalty,
Lauren
and it was
shutting
when I was
down.
like 12.
Oh, okay, so that's fine. We got Lauren from shutting down to all of a sudden deciding to punch somebody in the face. So the way this is going tonight is fantastic.
I
Oh,
I played on a team where like D2 or whatever, youth hockey, and we were the top seed going into the state tournament. And we're playing the team that's hosting the tournament is like bottom seed. And I'm in net, and the bottom seed team comes out and they score 3 goals on me in the first period. We're trailing 3-0. And all of those parents, all those fans in the crowd, they were the New Hampshire East Eagles. And all of those parents were flapping their wings like Kuznetsov does in the crowd. And believe it or not, 12 or 13-year-old me, as I've already previously alluded, was not exactly the most zen individual. So I proceeded to skate away from my crease after I got scored on, and I flipped off the entire crowd. And I proceeded to get pulled from that game. And my
no.
stepfather was my coach. And this was a game that was 3
Oh.
hours away from my home, mind you. And we lost the game. And I'm in the truck with my stepfather driving home. Not a single word was said the entire drive home. Not a single word.
Wow.
But I still remember
That's gotta be the
those
most.
parents.
That's gotta be the most awkward car ride.
It's a good move.
Because then, because you're like, do I say something? What do you mean that's a good move?
I was a fan.
It was one of those moves where it's like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed, and that hits so much harder, right?
Oh yeah,
it totally does.
Ooh,
just
go
go look.
laugh.
Oh, totally. I'm sure there were some parents who probably did laugh. I would have too. I'll give you credit. I would have laughed too.
Winnipeg just scored 1-0 over the Avs.
Ooh, early on in that one, Jets lead 1-0 as the Jets season on the line tonight as well. They usually play better at home against this Avs team outside of game 2. I mean, I don't know Lauren, you kind of saw a little bit of in game 1 because we did it with Neil and Grace was actually on for that one too. But like no goalie was playing well. Nobody was playing defense, and it was 3-3 after 1. Like, and then it kind of died down a little bit outside of maybe the last game, but maybe we're in for another barn burner tonight as the Jets take an early lead 1-0. If they show one more, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't mean to cut you off. We got about 50 seconds until we're back for the Boston Bruins and Toronto.
All right. All I was going to say was if they show another food commercial, I'm going to lose it. I am starving.
I had to go off camera. My wife brought me down dinner, so I had to eat that off camera. Scarf it down real quick.
What did the wife make?
We had some pasta.
Pasta for
good
pasta.
Fitting. Yeah, good omen.
Mm-hmm. Love a good omen. Nice. I had rice and chicken, like a stupid wannabe hockey player.
I had a bagel.
I was just gonna say, like, what's yours? A bagel. I mean, that's
bagel.
Okay. Like, sometimes it's just one of those nights. Yesterday, I had craft dinner, and I just didn't want to cook.
I can't cook.
Oh, Lauren, you gotta know the basics here.
No, I've never had to like cook.
Turn the stove on.
No, I don't want it.
Do you burn
Listen,
water?
I don't have a kitchen like at school.
Water?
So do I burn water? Yeah.
Okay. That's funny.
Well,
Lauren's gonna figure out to cook while we begin overtime here. Overtime underway here. Shot goes wide. Early pressure here by Boston. Looking to end this thing right away here. They get their top line out here with all the pressure. Marchand to the point. Shot stopped by Wool. Tries to get it out, and they can't. And they do.
Oh.
Regrouping here. McAvoy with it. Trying to bring it right back up here. Top line stays out here. Right back in here.
Oh my God.
Looking at man in front. Just goes wide. Trying to keep it in here. McAvoy with it again. Goes across the ice to Charlie. Save. Joseph Wool keeping the season alive. Goes right back the other way. Almost a breakaway there for Domi. He can't handle it. Pinched along the boards here by Lindholm. McAvoy picks it up here, and the puck goes right back out of the zone. What a save by Joseph Woll to keep this season alive. Lindholm carries it right back in here. Shot again on Woll
Feel my
goes
blood
wide.
pressure rising right now.
I think both you guys' nervous level is definitely up to 12 now.
12 is a little low.
Okay, so like 20. The
Yeah.
knees are starting to shake. 8. Here we go. Shots are a little closer now, by the way. 30-28 here. Puck down the other way here. McAvoy with it, picks it back up, tries to get it out. He does. All the way up, down the ice. Little shot there on Woll, who kicks it aside. Leafs trying to find a way back up, and they do. Can't handle it, though. Gives it right back to Boston.
Oh,
Ace Money again here as Marchand's going to get a chance. Speeding right in. Marchand's going to try to get over wide. Still has it. Marchand, he can't find a way to get his stick on the puck. Goes right back out the other way here. Pasternak falls down. Leafs get a chance. David Kamp's shot goes wide. Yarncroke with it. Yarncroke hangs on to it. Right behind the net. Coyle picks it up. Bruins go the other way and break out. Charlie Coyle. Right up. Marchand can't handle it. Leafs get it right back here. Riley all the way back up here.
I said the bad word.
John
Damn it.
Tavares. That's okay. John Tavares with it. Tavares working his way in here. Swayman right down in front. Scores. He scores. Leafs win Game 5. It's Matthew Nyes. And the Leafs will force Game 6 Thursday night back in Toronto. Wow. Oh, no. All the pressure in the world. Joseph Woll makes a season save. No Austin Matthews. And the Leafs win it in overtime in Game 5, 2-1. And we're going back to Toronto for Game 6. Well. So, how we doing? Oh,
Season 6, like I said.
Hey, your prediction's still up there.
Whatever.
That's right.
Whatever.
Yeah, great save by Woll. And, man,
Wall stole that
bad
game
rebound
from
in front, man. Woll really did. He stole that game. He's going to be the starter again there in Game 6. And, I mean, hey, all of a sudden, Matthews might be back in the lineup for Game 6 2 days away. So, tough break.
That's
I think
okay. I
Matt-
think they played
Matt
better
Grizzly-
without him. So.
Yeah, I think Matt Grizzly has got a one-way trip back to the press box for the Boston Bruins after that play.
He should
in
have never been
Brutal.
playing in this game.
A lot of question marks to be decided as Tree Living and Shanahan fired up here. They're going back to Toronto for Game 6. Guys, we are one game away from another Game 7. Parting thoughts before we head
That's
out
fine.
for the night?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Give
I
him
would
a
really
little
like
hope before you beat him down.
I'd really like the Stripes to take a look at that game that they just called, because the end of that second period, you're giving Brad Marchand an extra penalty earlier, and the Bruins dealt with adversity, and they're going to have to deal with adversity. And frankly, the Leafs probably deserve this game after the effort the Boston Bruins put out there in the first period. So good on the Leafs. They faced elimination right in the eyes, and they got it done. And Boston in 6. I got the Bees in 6. Let's go.
By the way, too, this is the 9th game out of 10 or playoff games that the Leafs can't score more than 2 goals. 2 goals was enough tonight as the Leafs take Game 5 and now trail 3 games to do. We are going back to Toronto for Game 6. Lauren, I'll give you a chance to as well. Any parting thoughts before we sign off?
We get more Jack Edwards, right? Isn't that a thing?
Yay!
They just want to make it fun. I appreciate some fun. It doesn't really
Well, we had
really
fun.
bother me that much.
Well, we had fun
They're
tonight,
fine.
right?
Yeah,
cool.
for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great. Okay, good. Obviously didn't go your ways tonight, guys, but I still appreciate you coming on. I'll let you guys plug the shows one more time here before we head out. I'll start with Lauren this time.
Yeah, so me and my friend Grace host All Goals No Misses. MRS is for misses. I think you can get the joke there.
Love it.
Yeah, NHL Central podcast, mostly kind of focusing on the Bruins at this point. But yeah, we put out an episode once a week, and yeah, go listen to us if you want to listen to us talk hockey sometimes, and then also have really stupid banter.
Ace, I'll give you the last word here to plug the show, and we'll head out for the night.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, Kyle. Once again, I'm Ace. I am the host of the Two Pad Stack podcast. We're a Boston Bruins podcast that focuses on, just the bees and other like pop culture things. And my co-host Burge is a fellow goaltender. So we, like I said, have a goaltender's perspective on things. We're both dads, so we touch on a lot of the trials and tribulations of having kids. He's got 3 young boys. I've got 2 little girls. So yeah, check us out, Two Pad Stack podcast, and we'd love to have you drop by.
Well, I'm sure we'll be back here again. I know I'm going to do game 6, so if you guys can make it, great. I'll try and see if Peter or whoever else can come on as well too to celebrate what should be a great game. Series ain't over, folks. We're going back to Toronto for game 6. Thank you though, guys. I appreciate you coming on and taking the time. As that's it for us tonight, though. I imagine you guys can go over on our other live stream currently right now. You can watch the end of the Hurricanes game against the Islanders with Grant. And right now, our boys from the Dusty Bender are doing the Avalanche and the Jets game 5 in that one there. So thanks, guys, again. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you Thursday night. Leafs winning an OT 2-1, and they're heading back to Toronto for game 6. Night, guys. Have a good one.
Say something.